Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Nexus Collegiate Season 2, where we're moving into the grand finale, and it's me and Sleeper once again taking you into...
Sleeper?
What?
You said me and Sleeper.
Yeah, me and Peter.
Hello.
Yeah, it's just me and my alter ego just casting these games, you know. Now, me and Peter here again, and it's KTH FF versus B2INT UU. That's correct?
Yeah, you made it.
Yeah, see?
And we see here B2INT went 2-0, while KTH FF went 2-1. So a little bit easier for B2INT, but now this final time, it's Sweden versus Sweden. We said it before the break, but all these players from both of these teams they played with each other, they played against each other for many years now. Are we talking solo queue, flex, scrims, official games, unofficial games? So these players know each other very well. So I think like just pick and ban will have such an importance this time.
And we have some fun perspectives to look at here as well. Forslund was coach for Fritt Fall during playoffs in the Swedish Online League. And now they're going to face off against him here. And I heard a little bit, they came in 4th place, and you always blame the coach when you come in 4th place. So now this is some revenge for them to bring down their coach and to get yet another title. Also, FF won first season of Nexus Collegiate, and now they have the opportunity to take a second title here. But it's the last opportunity for one of the players in Fritt Fall, because Calm will be finished with his studies now, which means that he cannot compete in the next Nexus Collegiate. So if he wins here, he will be back-to-back champion, 2-time champion, but there will be no more titles.
In Nexus Collegiate?
In Nexus Collegiate.
There's other titles.
Yeah, there's other, yeah, but like, historically, he's the first supporter who became champion in this collegiate league, you know?
I understand.
So it's a big moment.
So a little extra pressure right now. Is the pressure more on him or on the team to give him the win?
I think it's like 50-50.
50-50?
Yeah.
All right, we go for 50-50.
A pity.
But the pick and bans we talked about, really important here since they know exactly what their opponent are playing. And first off, we have KTH FF banning Talia, as we see in all day.
Yeah, we have 3 picks. That's been, no, 4 picks actually. That's been pick or ban. Basically, it's Lilia, it's Skarner, it's Tristana, and it's Talia.
I'm predicted to INT, as I said. They know. KOFF.
They know.
Either is going to get banned here. Then we're just, is it a Camille, Renekton, Evelyn?
It's going to be Camille Renekton.
I also think it's going to be Camille Renekton.
Yeah, for sure.
And KFF is going to take away Lilia, as we just spoke about. All AP junglers right now are super strong. Lilia is on the top of that.
I mean, their ban, I think last ban for KTH FF will be either Skarner or Tristana. If B2INT decides to leave one of those open, they will first pick it. But
LeBlanc coming out, all right. They watched the game before and respect it. They do not want to play against LeBlanc. Could also be that their mid laner, Ido, said, like, I'm going to play this champion. LeBlanc is going to destroy me, so please ban it. And for predicted to you, INT, the last ban is going to be Zeri.
Tristana is going to be the first pick. Oh, it's so easy to predict.
Corki.
Yeah, static on Corki. That would be a good answer for B2INT.
I'm going to pick the Maokai, so most likely going to be Maokai support.
No, jungle.
You think it's jungle?
Yeah, because Nord, he went top 140 in Europe by playing Maokai jungle with
I messed up the
armor.
teams. I thought it was KFF.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Yes, then it's going to be
jungle.
jungle.
100% that's jungle, 100%.
But now for KFF getting their second pick, do you expect a top play? Is he actually going to take Ezreal this time?
Yeah, I mean...
They hovered it. I know he's really good with it, and there we have the lock as well.
And the problem is, I would say that Omni and Static are the 2 best Ezreal players in the Swedish Online League.
Yep.
So just picking it first puts you in a big advantage, because I think this Corki is going mid lane.
Yeah, most likely. You can play it AD carry, but 9 out of 10 times it is mid that you put Corki from just that damage, and you just have such an easy time farming mid lane compared to bot side, because bot you're playing 2 versus 2, there's 2 people you have to watch out for. With my mid, you usually face against another mage where you're just farming, and that's what you want to do with Corki.
Corki was A good pick before on Team Topper, did great on that champion. Last game though, it was just Fritzfall taking over completely. Didn't matter what champions they had, they just synergized perfectly. Made it really difficult for them to play the game. And we're gonna have a little bit of a tech issue here. It's probably gonna work itself out in a couple of seconds.
Shout out to Kevin.
Shout out to Kevin Shuritsu, really good tech guy.
We don't understand tech stuff.
No. There's no way. Send me up and it will take 5 hours.
All right, so what other picks do we expect from these teams? Because we talked about it, KFF, not as wide shampoo as they have in Vertic 2 Int. It was like just trying to do research on what champions they play. It was like, all right, 15 most played champion, 25 games. Like, all right, so I still count this in as a viable champion?
No. I mean, I'm not gonna call it limited, because they have taken titles with this roster, which so many has criticized because they have a specific champ pool in, like, most iconically top lane and jungle. You have Loffe, and iconically he plays Evelyn or he plays Udyr.
Yeah.
In top lane we have Kire, and he either plays Renekton or Camille. That's the play, like, that's the champ pool, and they've been criticized so much. They're like, oh, they're just two tricks, they cannot do this, they cannot do that. They are reigning champions in Nexus Collegiate. They made it to playoffs in Swedish Online League. They won Division 2 2 times in Swedish Online League. They are basically Swedish legends.
And the teams are saying, oh, they only know a few champions. It's all the teams who lost to them.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Also, they made it out of groups in the RPS. That's great.
Yeah, they have nothing to blame on.
No. These guys, they keep delivering. No matter what everyone says, they deserve their spot as much as anyone else, if not more.
And then we have B2INT.
Yep.
The team who's mixed between Vertic 2U and INT esports. We have players who haven't seen this season here in Sweden. Now they're here. They've been jumping around, but for Nexus Collegiate, they're all like, all right, let's put together a team. And here they are, the grand final.
Yeah, it's a really good team. Like I said, they tried to qualify last season as well, and they faced off against Tampere University, and it was a best of one. Tampere, what I could tell from that game, B2INT basically just had to finish the game. They trolled a little bit. Tampere had Fruity Fresh, who's one of the best players right now in NLC Division 1. He's doing great over there. He carried them to playoffs, and in playoffs they actually faced off against Fritzfall in the finals, where Fritzfall took the first title in Nexus Collegiate history.
And here they are, second season, second try to keep that title to themselves and no one else.
I mean, if they take 2 titles, that's the FF era of Nexus Collegiate. Will forever be remembered.
Is it 2 titles or 1 title twice?
I don't know. What kind of question is that? I have no idea.
It's just a question.
Like, okay, yeah, it's 2 titles. Yeah, for sure.
Right. 2 titles.
It's 2 different titles. Like I would say,
year.
The tournament evolves with every season, so it's 2 different titles, I would say. Would you compare the world's title today with the first world's title? Would you say that's the same?
It's a world's title.
Yeah, but it's not the same. Would you say Fnatic is just as no? You can't. Yeah, you can, but like it's weird. Like you do you, man.
Udyr.
You do.
All right, looks like we're gonna jump into the pick and ban once again. Just small little tech issues, stuff we don't understand. We just sit here and smile and wave.
That's our job. We saw the bans earlier. We will see them again here in game 1. What we know is that FF will play Tristana. We know that B2INT will play Corki and... Oh, do you remember? Skarner?
LeBlanc?
No, LeBlanc are banned. Yeah, who they're playing, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see it soon.
We'll see. Here comes the recap, everyone.
So, Tristana, first pick for FF. First pick, Corki, second pick...
Yeah, that's the one I don't remember. Oh,
Maokai.
Maokai. There we go.
And now we're back where we left it off.
Yep.
All right, KFF, second pick coming out. What lane are we going to go for this time? True, Ezreal. We saw Ezreal as well.
We did, actually, yeah. And we talked about how these 2 players, Omniscient and Static, are the 2 best Ezreal players in Swedish Online League.
Now it's time for the third pick. And most of the games today, 2 AD carries already KFF. B2U Int will also have 2 AD carries with Cork in the mid lane most likely. And here is a new pick though.
Nah, it's gonna
that
be
would make
right?
sense.
Yeah.
So the Evelyn is gonna come through. We rarely see Evelyn come through. It's usually someone else. But here we go. Evelyn is through.
And that is a comfort pick for my bad, Loffe. They banned out Uder, and I understand that 100%. When he played that game 1, he was so convincing. He was just one of the best players on the field, and he was giving 100%. As we get a reveal that Guves is going to play K'Sante top lane this game and instantly banning out Camille as a possible counter pick.
Yeah, but this K'Sante pick, it's still viable, but me personally feel like there is so much better champions on the top side. Then in the competitive era, it's better, I guess. But now you have the counter ability on the top side here for KFF, and we saw the game before. Once you counter K'Sante, you can be that lane builder against him and really put him behind in the game, but that also needs you to make it through the laning phase.
I predict the ban, it's Renekton. Oh!
You made it.
Yeah.
All right.
It's good, perfect. Yeah, Renekton getting banned out, that was very easy to predict. Like we said earlier, like they're known to be these 2-trick players, but we still have Skarner open. He can still go weak side and play something like an Ornn.
Skarner
like
support.
Yeah, they could go for that as well. But right now, I would say the most viable champion still up here is Skarner. And they should be able to punish some with that.
Yeah, Skarner has been a picker ban all day in every single game. I think we've seen him played in 2 out of 5 games, banned in the remaining 3. And here we have Verdicted to Int's gonna go with that Kaisa pick for their AD carry. So support left for Predicted to You Int, and on KFF we have that top lane pick that should come through in the next one. As it looks up right now, we're just gonna get this Alistar for Calm together then with Omniscient on his Ezreal. So once again, seeing a lot of comfort champions here on KFF. If we look over to Predicted to You Int, they have a really wide champion pool, so maybe not their most played champion, but definitely a few games on it, should be warmed up for it. And now KFF's last pick, as we mentioned, it's gonna be for the top lane, unless they're gonna play someone else like Tristana top, which I doubt. I'm looking for something tanky now. Frontline, Skarner.
I mean, I think Skarner is the best pick here, but it's gonna be a Sion picked out here for KTH FF. That's a champion I've seen Kira play a lot when he gets banned out. And now we're thinking, oh, he's going weak side Sion. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's going to go for those kills. He's going to pop his W, wait until it's maxed, flash forward to proc it, get that Q, and then basic, and yeah.
Let's see if it works, though.
Yeah, it should work.
It should work.
It should work.
That's great. All right, so last pick there from Predicted to You, it's going to be their support, their Nova, who's going to play a Leona. I'm still waiting for that Amumu coming back, maybe one day in the future. But a lot of CC coming out here from Predicted to You. And KFF has some CC, but not even close to Predicted to You. And Leona got 3, Maokai got 2, with the knockback with 6. Then we have K'Sante. So if someone gets caught in KFF, that's not the front line. We're talking about Evelyn, Ezreal, and Tristana. If any of them get picked off, they're gonna die in an instant.
Yep, and I don't know exactly what we're watching here, but it's some card thing.
Yeah, card trick. Show us a trick.
Is that what do you call it? Hop on. That's hop on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think so. Yeah. I'm not sure.
I got that.
Is that hop on?
I got a thumbs up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
My CEO said it's hop on. Trust.
Should we blame him if we're
Yeah,
wrong?
we blame him.
Yeah. All right. So the picks are in sleeper. We got the picks we kind of expected from the KFF. How do you feel about the B2 Int?
I mean, what I know from this team doesn't really matter what they pick. They will make it happen. They will make it work. And right now I just feel like FF, as long as they're happy with their draft, they will be able to contest. And there's a reason these two are playing the finals, because they are the two best teams in this tournament. They have shown that throughout both play-ins and now in the semifinals going through to the finals. So it's going to be a really good series here in the finals. As we move into game one, we have KFF to the left blue side. We have BUU on the right side, red side. And now we have potentially 3 games that will determine who is the champion season 2 of Nexus Collegiate.
You're noticing? We have Loffe actually bought the potion.
Oh.
Oh, that you're not supposed to do that.
No.
But I mean, as Evelyn, yeah, you're a bit weaker in the game. But no invade so far. I would expect an invade maybe from B2INT or BUU, as it says in-game. And that's just because of all the CC they have. But the junglers are going to go solo clearing, so could do something cheesy. I mean, if you have a Leona together with a Kai'Sa, you could get off some quite good damage already in the beginning. And that's exactly what Ido and Foslund is just doing. They're going to use all their basics, one spell, and just see who does the most damage.
I mean, Ido just played this matchup last game and did great. So he's kind of used to this right now, playing Tristana into a Corki. You can see in the first trade they made there, he actually got way more than I expected. So he had a warm-up against Timo Topper, and let's see what he can do in mid lane.
Yeah, well, we have to wait for the junglers to do the first rotation, maybe even the second one before I think we see any fighting. And if we just analyze the other games we've been watching today, first 10 minutes, not too much happening at all. We're looking for that first blood, and after the first blood, well, that's where the team fight comes up. Right now, junglers, same speed-ish, a little bit faster over for Loffe on Evelyn, but I think they will meet up on the bot side looking for that scuttle. Gank might be possible, but as it looks right now, it's pushed into the blue side, so most likely not.
I just feel like Ido will go for this 1v1 very, very soon, because that's the Tristana way to go.
But that's just how you play her.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you play that champion. That's basically the matchup. Just keep being annoying, jump on your opponent's face, and make him not get any minions, not get any gold or experience.
Meanwhile, down on the bot side, we talked about it. Ezreal, most played champion, both for Omni and Static, but this time Omni's going to pick it up, and you can see a little bit here that the poking is there, trying to keep them away as far as possible from the minions, just to deny some XP and gold, but so far it's pretty even between them.
Even all around the board. This is the finals. You know that the team you are facing is either the second best or the best team in the tournament. You cannot make small mistakes. You cannot give the enemy team any leverage. You need to constantly be on your watch and be as good as you potentially can be.
Yeah, and we can see here now Luffy going to take the second scuttle, because Nord take the top one first. So even just splitting the jungle in the middle, a little bit more minions over to Luffy though.
We need to take a look at these junglers. Reset now for Nord. A little bit of a delay, then we will see what he actually purchased. And it's boost and boots and a ruby crystal together with a control ward. So nothing huge coming out of that first recall. Just getting that extra HP and mana back and putting yourself in a little bit of a more comfortable position in case of a potential invade.
Well, it makes a huge difference when you go B and just getting these small items.
Ooh, you know what?
Can't do anything with that, but Nord on the top side.
Okay, Flash Twisted Advance coming out here from Nord, and they're actually going for this in top lane. Can they get first blood already?
Yes,
yes they can. And once again, BUU showing up on the Summoner's Rift as Calm goes in bot lane. Cannot find the stun on Static.
But the damage is there for sure. But I really like the commitment that they went for the gank top side. And they were like, all right, we're going to get this kill no matter what. The flash coming out from the start from Nord, and then just secure the kill for him. And I mean, we talked a lot about these junglers. Loffe and Nord is like two of those junglers in Sweden that we talk a lot about. So getting the first blood for your jungler is going to be massive for him.
Yeah. That means that advantage right now is for Nord in jungle. 2 tanks that were able to pick up that kill, so it doesn't really matter which one of them pick it up. Either you get it on Nord, he clears a bit faster, will be stronger on neutral objectives, or you get it on Guves, and he will be able to punish a little bit more in top lane.
Oh, got that level 6 now, might actually commit to it.
He has to go for this. That advantage should be enough for him to do plenty of damage, as Kirei just teleported back, cannot just reset, because then Guves will crash this wave, and then laning phase will be over.
But the Drake is up, the pings are coming out right now. KFF is pinging a lot on the bot side of the map, but haven't really committed to it. Nord already there, first player close to the Dragon. And we've seen both of these teams play a lot, but just today, they all been focusing the Dragon. KFF has been a little bit faster, almost on the spawn of it. Meanwhile, B2INT UU has been waiting for a minute or two before engaging it.
Yeah, we seem to have a little bit of a frame drop here at some whatever. I frame dropped as well. I got stuck. So, I mean, it's not my fault. But BUU first at Dragon, at the same time Loffe first at Herald. And once again, we see these junglers just shaking hands.
They for sure are, and just like the other games, one team is going to take the first grubs, the other team is going to take the Dragon, and then the next spawn they're just going to swap it up once again. But the first Dragon is going to go to the red side, and that means that it's predicted to you. Int is going to go home with it, and the grubs, there you have it, is going to the blue team, KFF.
I mean, as long as you have Tristana in your team, I think you prefer to get those grubs, because most of these players, they play Tristana with Demolish, getting that extra damage. And now Guves in top lane. Loffe will be coming in from the side. Oh. Will not be able to get the charm or the damage needed to bring down Guves.
No, they committed to it, but it was a little bit too late. I think Kira could have saved his ultimate in that situation. Loffe was just there to take him out of a really bad situation as well. But otherwise, on top, we still have Guves on that one. Assist. The jungle is Nord having it a kill. The rest of the ones just 0 kills, 0 assists, just 1 kill in the game. But if we look at the farming, it's very even on them all lanes. I expect like really close game this time.
Yeah, it's gonna be close. This entire series will be very close, and it's just small margins that will determine which team is the best and the champions of this season. As Forslund is trying his best to poke down Ido here, has some assistance of Nord, but no flash available. Used that for Twisted Advance in top lane earlier, which also secured the team first blood.
Yeah, let's see what they can do with this. So far, I just have a feeling like you talked about before, the junglers shaked hand on taking one objective each. Feels like the teams have just checked hands, like, all right, let's farm for 15 minutes, and then we just fight all the time until we have a winner.
Yeah, now Ido taking more damage than he calculated, has to reset. And Forslund and Ido in mid lane. They're going really even, just like everyone else. Nobody is trying to get ahead too much. Nobody wants to take that first step in case they make a mistake. A lot of tension in there.
Sure is. I'm going to see a little trade here from top side. Kira is the one who starts to engage, but Guves is not afraid to take it at all. And if we look a little bit on the minimap right now to see what's going on everywhere, we see 3 people are going on a reset. There ain't any jungle camp at all. So might believe that we see a jungler very soon try to get the gank in. Depending on where their rotation needs to start, it should be from the top side to bot. And it looks like Loffe is on his way, as well as Nord. So a gank top might be possible.
I mean, for Loffe, I think it is preference for him to be able to just scale into this game. Let's see if they can spot him before he resets. Kira, you need to stop him. And they can. Goes unstoppable, trying to look for that ultimate. Wants to trade out. Perfect block from Kira. Cannot get him knocked up. And that's really good from Guves.
Yeah, close to be able to go B and reset in that situation. But Gonna use his ultimate to get a little bit of a distance between himself and one of the players. Then the dash is enough to get away with his life. Didn't expect him to survive at all. That should have been a kill for Loffe and Kira. The problem was that they didn't go to the bush to face check it straight away. If they did a little bit quicker, they could have gotten it.
Ooh, flash from Calm.
That's not the best flash. Seen better. I've seen worse.
Yeah, I've also seen worse.
But it was a failed flash.
It was. Wanted to connect that. I mean, best case scenario there is that Forslund would have panic flashed, but didn't see the headbutt coming for him, so stayed calm. Just like Calm.
Just like Calm.
Just like Calm, you know. Puns.
All right, it's a lot of pinging in mid lane. The dragon is going to spawn in 52 seconds. The first one went to B2INT, as said. Do you think they will do this trade again?
I mean, right now it just feels like they just want to trade stuff. They don't want to do anything at all. But Loffe seems like he's shaking hands, moving into the bot side. It will potentially be 1 Drake each and 3 grubs, as Calm is now getting caught off guard. They know he don't have flash. Used that in mid lane earlier. But will have his ultimate and will get tanky enough to survive.
Sure does, and Omni's going to use his ultimate, just getting some damage in. Could Loffe... He has no clue.
I think they're going to go for him here.
He has no clue.
Oh, Static. Static, you need to make a great play here if you're going to survive. Loffe doing a lot of damage, will not be able to reach him. As flash and ultimate will be enough. Loffe once again looking for it, will flash and get the kill and get out.
That's one way to get out of a sticky situation and taking a kill with you. So getting 1 kill here for KFFs. Meanwhile, 3 grubs is going to go over to B2INT. And that means that this dragon could be up for grab for Nord as well.
I mean, who knew that Loffe could play Evelyn, right?
No clue.
Hidden gem. Oh, Guves goes for the solo bowler here, as Kire will use his ultimate in a similar manner. Trying to get out from this, and they're just gonna get tankier and tankier as far as we go into the game, and eventually they will be immortal.
They are, and right now, as mentioned, the mid lane is going. Oh, that's a lot of damage, but it's not gonna be enough for Forslund to get Ido with him. But on the other hand, his teammate in the jungle is gonna start Dragon. Possibility to go 2-0 in Dragons together with 3 grubs. If they could do that, it's probably one of the first teams today that's done it, instead of just getting 1 of each.
Yeah, Calm doing his best to hold down Forslund, but Ido will not be able to respond. Now Loffe doesn't have ultimate, used it earlier in top lane. Instead, he's going in under turret, and he's getting the kill, but he's also giving 1 away.
I would say that's a good trade. There's no TP on Guves right now. Kira is going to have a few seconds to push this, maybe get the first plating. It's up to Nord how much time he's going to give him, but here he is on the rotation, so nothing to do here. Like Nova on the other hand is going to take a lot of damage for it, but Kira is going to stay this, use his passive to push. He's going to try to run away.
He needs the suicide. He needs the suicide. Can he? Does Nord have flash? He does. Can he reach him? He cannot.
He's not going to use it. Can he take some farm as well?
Come on, get the entire wave.
He will.
Let's count them down.
And this
1,
is just how we
2,
play Sire.
3, almost 4.
Almost 4, but if we look at the tower on the top side, there's only 2 platings left, and that's a big wave under the tower.
Hey, yo!
I mean, that's no fun for Static. I haven't even left the base and already lost HP.
That's beautiful. I mean, we love to see it. When you look at players of the ranks that are playing right now, we have a couple of challengers, we have a couple of grandmasters. They're showing up and they're showing us exactly how to play every champion on the Rift and how to do so in every single way.
Yeah, so it went to the 2-0 in Dragons for predicted to you, and now KFF is going to go for the Herald instead. Just trying to get some objectives for themselves. Forslund might be in a bad situation here, depending on the commitment for them, but they're going to go in on
maybe Nord went too deep here as headbutt comes out. Loffe standing ready over the wall. I think Ido got this kill with him and will survive with rocket jump. And once again, Loffe the one picking it up, getting additionally 2 stacks on his Dark Seal.
Yeah, this is the problem. When you let Loffe get Evelyn, you need to deny him in the early game. You cannot let him get fed. And right now, after 15 minutes with 5 kills in the game, Loffe already got 3 of them. And as you mentioned, got a few stacks on his Dark Seal as well. So going to be a huge threat here for B2U.
I mean, Kira's taking a lot of damage, but let's see if he can kill him.
Yes, he can.
He needs to flash, and will do so as well. Perfect play coming out from Guvis here. He's so persistent. He really doesn't care if Kira got away with ultimate. He's like, okay, if I can find my knockback, I can probably get this kill, and he does.
He does, and there we have Omni's ulti once more. Just it's poking all the time. As of those who knows, if when you use Ezreal Q, you get a lower cooldown on your ultimate. So just farming with Q, ult when you have it, it's poke the enemy down all the time. I mean, 4 ultimates and they're gone. Just keep the good work up on the bot side there.
Forslund has flash available, uses it too early, way too early! And Loffe picking up his 4th kill of the game.
And Nord, this will be a bad situation
Calm
for
is
you.
very, very tanky. They should be able to move in here. They do that as well. Loffe picking up his 5th kill of the game. But now they need to get out. It's perfect from Denova and shut down to Guvis. Exactly what they needed in BUU.
There we have it, Guvis getting his 2nd kill there with a big shutdown as well. The thing is, on the top side, if we look at Kira doesn't mind if he gets fed at all. He's just going to push that top lane. Now Guvis trying to get something in mid, but might be greedy. It's an Alistar and a Tristana. They can jump and knock you back with the CC coming out. The dive is never a good idea then.
But initially, it looked beautiful from KFF.
Yeah, and it's just a little replay. It's just Loffe is starting to get fed, getting more fed just by the minute right now.
Oh, no. Mid-air, bringing him down to reality. Guves today has been so crazy good. It's insane.
It sure is, and you're just going to continue on that. So right now we have Loffe against Guves, which means we have AP Assassin versus an AD tank. Question is, who will have the biggest impact with the team on the late game?
Kira now. Just watching him.
Just making sure that he's actually going B and not trolling him.
He just wanted to see that he got home safely, you know?
Yeah, he did.
So cute.
That recall takes him all the way home to base. And now we're going to move down with Nord on the bot side. The Dragon is going to spawn in just 18 seconds. B2U.
Guves will be able to find Loffe, and he's one of the strongest members on the field right now. Loffe using his ultimate, trying to get out. Static, trying to follow him. Will have to sacrifice Calm though, but Loffe gets away. And I guess that's a win in its own. But right now, BUU is just taking over the map.
It feels like here for KFF, as soon as they get this lead that they had before that little kill, it's almost like the communication is a little bit worse than before. They start doing this, just run around with 2 or 3 people instead of sticking with the full team comp that they did before. Now we see Loffe's gonna be the player we're gonna watch here to get the picks off.
Let's see what Loffe can do. He will spot Guves. There's a control ward now. Edo is not in a good situation. Has to rocket jump out immediately. Shooting back. Loffe wants to go for the steal. Can he? He cannot. And Guves will be able to take down Edo, jumping over the wall with him. Now Kira using that flash a little bit too early. There's a lot of CC to go around. Kira, can you survive? You cannot. That's a perfect knockback once again by Guves, who's been so inspirational this game.
Yeah, playing really well so far, but we're getting 2 kills and a 3rd Dragon here for B2U. And that's going to put them in a really good position now moving into the late game, as we passed just 19 minutes soon in that 20 minutes mark. And Loffe together with Calm should be able to take this hero without any bigger problems. So soul point, no gold lead for BU, but it's still this having a soul point this early in the game. It's such a big threat because now KFF must go to the Dragon the next time it spawns. If they lose that one, well, then they're gonna be behind. They're gonna be weaker, but there's an even bigger must for them to go for the Elder Drake. So right now, KFF is more fighting against the clock than it is BU.
I'd say give him Soul and then flip Elder.
Yeah, that's basically all. It's all. Once you hit that point when it's 3-0 with Dragons, it's better to just give the Soul, flip it.
Flip it. It's way more fun, at least.
It for sure is. The question is if the players think so as well, or is just us casters with the viewers at home. I think these players want to win this as soon as possible.
Now we will see a lot of members invested in bot side. Dragon will not spawn for another 3 minutes. But somehow these players are thinking very much alike.
And they know how the other one thinks as well. As we said in the Champ Select, they played against each other a lot, and they play with each other. Maybe not as much, but they played with each other. So they always discuss this like tactics, their own tactics, the champions they're playing, how they're playing it, the other players in the league. And somewhere you're gonna give away a lot of information about yourself and the enemy team. And if you don't do that well, there's always someone else you could ask that sits on this information. So that this is comes of no surprise.
Loffe wanted to look for a flank there, but immediately regretted it and just walked off. And if BUU is allowed to continue doing this, they will take over more and more on the map. I think KFF needs to respond. They need to have some kind of answer to make it more difficult for Uppsala University to play the game.
Right now, we're gonna see the push coming out here. Omni and Com will not have enough time to take down that tower before the teleport. Ooh. And here's Nord.
Yeah, Omniscient will be snared in the second stage of that, while Nord is instantly eliminated. 2 tanks now fronting for KFF.
Tower is 1 hit, dive.
They could potentially do that, but Kira and Com just soaking damage like nothing, whilst Omniscient and Loffe is delivering damage.
Man, they should have committed to that fight. They were already 4 versus 3. The spells were down on them. The tower was a 1 hit, but just picking up 1 kill, I think they're happy with that. It's 6-8 in kills, which means BU is in the lead in kills. They have Trio in Dragons, but when we look at the total gold, it's still KFF in the lead.
KFF is doing really, really well here in this game. Even if it's 6-8 in stats, if you look at the gold, they're actually in the lead by 2,000. The only thing going really bad for them are the dragons that will spawn in 1 minute, and then you do not want to be dead. So important that Ido got out.
Yeah, Ido needs to survive quite a lot at the moment. 0-2 and 3, not the same games he had the rest of the day. But here, Loffe, they're gonna let through Evelyn, and they choose to play it with a 6-2 and 0. He should have enough to carry them quite far, but as soon as we get into the later stages of the game, it's gonna be a Kasanta, Maokai, and Leona, which is pretty hard to one-shot as an assassin. But the rest of the team, the Kork and Kaisa, almost the only damage output we have from BUU. They should be an easy target if he can get to them.
I mean, he has a Rabadons and Lich Bane. He can basically one-shot Static. He can basically one-shot Forslund as well. And if they stand next to each other, he can kill both.
All right, let's see. Next Dragon is spawning in 10 seconds. Soul point for BUU. Will KFF fight for this Dragon, or will they just let it slide away?
Look at Loffe, constantly looking for this flank. Static and Forslund is on the same side. Loffe will come in from behind. Let's see if he can get in. Omniscient going down low. Arcane Shifts try to stay alive. Cannot do so. Loffe is not even in the fight yet, and everybody's just dying. As BUU finds the first big fight of the game, and Loffe wasn't even there to participate.
No, it took too long for him to get to them. He was behind them trying to do a little sneaky.
Oh, wait.
Oh, he's going to go for it.
Oh, it's a bit too much HP here. Will have to ulti out. Can he survive? Forslund flash, ultimate. Going down really low, but not low enough.
And then, after all, is an Evelyn whose passive heals her to 75 or 80% at this stage of the game.
Oh.
We said it's just so quick. Loffe is waiting for them to engage. The thing is, the engage coming out from BUU is all the dashes and jump they have in their arsenal, and all of a sudden, Loffe is just way too far away.
I mean, Guvis is the main character of this story, getting that knockback, and once again, ultimate onto Omniscient, killing him immediately. Node, though, has overstepped, should be charmed here, and a lot of CC coming out as Loffe picks up his 7th kill of the game.
Yeah, Herald charging mid, they're picking up a kill, but now they're in the pit, and here comes BUU with their soul in a 4v5 position.
Oh,
Good
Calm
knockup.
getting 4-man knockup. Not enough damage though, as Kirei has to tank a lot of damage. Loffin up from the side, looking for damage, doesn't have his ultimate, cannot execute. Guves alone versus 3 members. Kirei somehow staying alive. Should be able to fall here, will do so as well as Omniscient.
No, he cancelled his basic.
So close to get that kill. And Kirei with his passive will not be able to do enough damage to Forslund to get him down, and that should be a Baron power play going over to BUU.
Yeah, this Baron should be for free for them. There's only one player alive from the KFF, and he is in base after almost dying. And here is Nord just coming up to clean up the Baron. Spawn timers are just too long from KFF, so with its soul they just acquired, we're gonna get this Baron buff as well, and with that they're pretty strong, and I don't see any reason why they shouldn't try to look for fight or pushing potential right now.
Baron power play sponsored by Phoenix Blue is going over to BUU, who finds yet another fight in a very good fashion. And right now it looks like they know exactly what to do to close out this game 1. They have soul, they have Baron power play. All they need is to execute.
And execute they will. So far we had 23 execution in this game, where 15 of them have went to BUU. And now when the gold lead has passed over to them, they actually lead in everything right now. And KFF is really struggling so far in the game. They've been keeping up for a pretty long time, but it feels now once we hit this 20-minute marker and we move in a little bit more to the middle of the late game, it just feels more like BUU is taking more and more space on the Summoner's Rift.
No objectives on the map, they just need to play the lanes. Top lane still have tier 1 left. Forslund will be able to secure that on his own. Guves at the same time in bot lane. Right now they're making it really difficult. Loffe could potentially find Static here if he reveals himself. Loffe will be excited to find this. Can you do something about this? That flank is really good. If Calm can get in, this flank is good. Forslund now, no way. They're looking, Calm getting that triple knockup. He just needs to distract them as a control ward is put in the middle of the lane to try to scare Loffe away.
We can't really get anything here right now, and we still have Loffe on the blind side trying to get access to that back line. But as we've seen so far, BUU, their front line is super tanky and they won't let anyone through at all. And they know with themselves that they're gonna have Evelyn just behind them any minute at all time. It's as soon as there's a fighting, they have to think about Evelyn. As soon as they're alone, they have to think about Evelyn. And now they're just so prepared for it. So Loffe is having a really hard time to getting that access.
Well, I did not predict that it was going to be Evelyn versus Cassante in game 1, but it is. Both of them sitting on 7 kills so far this game. And, I mean, they are playing really well, both of them.
They for sure are, but somewhere it's BUU has the big lead here. As we see, the gold is starting to pull away. Now 4,500 gold ahead. Together with the soul, the Baron that they got with them. Yeah. KFF, they had a rough past 10 minutes, and I don't really know what they're going to look for to get more into this late game, because they have to rely so much on either or Omniscient, but they're so far behind compared to the enemies, so I don't know if they have the time to really wait out for their carries to get strong enough to have a fighting chance.
There will be no more waiting. 55 seconds until Elder Drake. One team will pick it up, and that's most likely the team that will ace. Anything can happen now. We talked about it. You can 50-50 on Elder Drake. Then nothing matters anymore. It doesn't matter what items you have, because you are strong enough to take a fight against the enemy team that's 5,000 gold ahead of you. But you need to be sneaky.
For sure, and here we can see that there's only 22 seconds left before the Elder Drake Dragon is spawning, and we remember what happened today when the Elder Drake was up. And here we go, the teams are moving forward. First is BUU, who got all the wards at all the right places. Might even look for a pick here before going for Dragon.
Calm is way out of position here, needs to cleanse that Twisted Advance, getting stunned in the second stage. Now Static moving into the backline, looking for Omni-Set. He's going alone against Loffe. Loffe will get that kill. Omni will also fall though. Calm the next one to do so. Static is dead, but it's 4 members against 3. Elder has spawned. Loffe is alive, no ultimate though. Will be trying to get that flank once again. Can they hold against BUU? Or will BUU find the first game of this series?
They should get the first game here.
2 control wars are out. He cannot get to that. And that means that Kieran needs to tank under the turret. A lot of damage coming out to Guves. Loffe is standing on a ward. He's not hiding at all. Folslo needs to commit for Loffe. They do that as well as Nord is going down low. Ido is doing his best together with Kire. Death timers. 3 seconds now on Omniscient. Can they go for Elder?
They could actually go for Elder right now. But
oh my god, Calm is going to look for this. Forslund needs to be the target.
But Static is on his way after full reset, full HP, full mana, new items.
Oh, Omniscient is here as well. Kiri's gonna be hit here. They're gonna look for damage on him as Omniscient and Ido is standing quite comfortably, shooting down Dinova. Now Static moving into the backline, looking for Kiri. Cannot get that kill. Yes, he can. Going in once again to get it. And now it's just Omniscient together with Ido against 4 members of BUU. This is not a fun situation. Twisted Advance coming up for Nord. Ido is too low to do anything at all, and BUU will take game 1.
It's a well-deserved first game. They took control from the start. You could see the kills, the farm. We have a Soul and the Baron buff as well. So well played. First game going over to BUU, but this is a best of 3. So if they take the second one, they are the champions. But if KFF can turn it all around, we're gonna get that game 3.
I mean, it was a really close game. We gotta give that to them. Both teams could have taken home this game, but in the end, it just felt more decisive from the side of BUU. One fight where Loffe wasn't able to get in. All of the resources was on him. And I mean, if you don't have him in that fight, you're not equal. It's 4 versus 5, and you don't have majority of your gold in that fight. After that, it just felt like a big snowball going down a hill, and BUU were able to close out game 1.
They for sure did, but my expectation, as I said before, is probably game 3, because these teams know each other now. The first game is done with. They know what they need to look out for, what their strength in their own team is going to be, and what the weakness in the enemy is. So I think it's a game 3.
Could potentially be a game 3, but first we gotta watch game 2. Let's see if KFF can turn this around or if BUU will be champions. I mean, they're reigning champions. KFF, they need to get back up. They know what to do in this situation, and they need to recover somehow. With that said, go to the bathroom, get a new pair of drinks in front of you, and we will soon be back with yet another game of Nexus. Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Nexus Collegiate Season 2, where we are in the middle of the grand finale. My name is Sleeper. I'm here together with Pidde. Nailed it, right?
Nailed
okay.
it.
Two
We just
different
done
names.
this 1,000 times.
And we just saw B2INT UU take home game 1 against KTH FF.
Not BUUU.
No, B2INT UU.
Exactly.
See?
Well, do you expect game 3, or do you think it's going to be in 2-0?
For sure, game 3. Yeah. I mean, they're reigning champions, FF. They, I think they will deliver here. They're not leaving without a fight.
I think it means too much for them to just go in here and go 0-2.
Yeah.
But I don't think they even thought about it. Like, it's not possible for them in their mind. They're going to go to this game 3, and they're going to take that their game.
Yeah, and also, like I said before, for Calm, the support in Fritt Fall, this is the last Nexus Collegiate for him, and also the last opportunity for him to take home a title. So I think that will matter a lot when they go into the game. That will be the motivation for them to take that home and force out a game 3.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see if they can make that a possibility. But I remember last year, after they've been jumping up between Division 1 and Division 2 in the Swedish league and winning now the Nexus Collegiate last time, how much it meant for them.
Yeah.
So I have a really hard time to see that they're just going to go into this game like, oh yeah, maybe do this and this. I think they're cooking. I think they're going to show us some new stuff. I've heard the whispers going around here, but we'll have to wait and see until they locked in their champions.
In the first game, Frittfall banned out Talia, Lilia, and LeBlanc in the first stage, and B2INT banned out Uder, Ivern, and Zeri. That means they banned out 2 champions from Lofe in the jungle, making it more difficult for him to play. So he went for his comfort pick, which this time around was Evelyn. He did a great job, but I mean, the timing was just a little bit off in some of the fights, and that made it so easy for B2INT to execute in that game.
It for sure did, but as you've seen, B2INT haven't lost a single game today.
They have not. No, they haven't lost a single game in the tournament, because everything until the playoffs was actually a best of 1. So if you lost 1 game, I guess you were out.
That's pretty good.
Or was it a best of 3? I don't think they lost anyway.
Let's say that they didn't lose.
They didn't lose.
Right. Then we go with that. So now the second game here, B2INT UU and KTH FF.
Yeah.
We said we want game 3.
We do.
But the question is, what do you believe is going to happen in this game?
I have no idea. How am I supposed to know that, man? Like, all I'm expecting is a really, really good game. And that's what we're probably going to see. Once again, KTH FF on blue side, which means that B2INT UU are on red side.
Yeah, and the bans looks exactly the same as last time, if I'm not wrong. The Talia, the Lilia, and then who was their last ban there?
LeBlanc.
LeBlanc. I can't really read.
What, you can't write, bro?
And then we have B2INT, same bans as before. Uder and Ivern might see Zeri as the last ban. If they do, it's just a complete copy-paste from the first game.
It is Zeri. So far, it's the exact same as game 1, which went to B2INT UU. And with this Tristana first pick, we're continuing on that same path once again.
Oh, you mean the one we had in every single game today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Corker is open. Skarner is open. What other champions do we have? Maokai. Are they really discussing if they're gonna take this as a pick?
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, it's an insta-lock on Corky. They have to follow the tradition we created today.
But sometimes you just need those extra seconds to discuss potentially the third pick, because I think they knew they were gonna go for Corky and Maokai. And Kirei once again telling his team that he wants to play Kasante, which would be a good pick once again.
I'd rather see a Renekton.
I mean, he does not want to face off against the Kasante again. Guvis was absolutely insane on that champion last game. It's better to put him in a situation where he has to experience something new. Ido. That is a Belveth hover for Loffe. But it looks like Evelyn will be the one locked in once again.
Yeah, they have 80 on top and mid. They will need some kind of AP. And just having an Evelyn to be the AP carry in your team makes the enemy forced to buy some mag resist, even though it's only one player on AP, because she will one-shot you if you don't.
I mean, there are a lot of AP champions left, but I guess Evelyn is the way to go if you have Loffe in your team. As we see Static locking in Kaisa once again. So I think, except for Kasante going to KTH FF instead of B2INT UU, that this is the exact same picks and bans as last game.
Yep. And that just shows you how strong the meta is right now. Like, there is a few champions who's way better than the rest. And they are gonna be the pick and ban. But predicted you, int UU is gonna take away Jinx here in the first ban of the second banning phase. And now KFF, question is, who do they want to ban away now? We have a mid laner, jungler, and an AD carry, so it's either support and top. Would say the top bans are more prioritized than a support ban.
We're gonna get a Camille, and we're gonna get Renekton and Camille.
Yeah, the thing is with Guvis, if you look at what he played, there's so many champions: Riven, Gragas, Renekton, Cassante, Gwen.
Yeah, he could go
And
Gragas as well.
That's
actually.
just to mention like the first 5. There's so many more he can play, but yeah, I think I want to see some AP on top from his Gragas or Gwen. But if you look at the team already, there's 2 hybrids and 1 AP. So
Yeah.
might not be the best choice to get an AP out on top as well. Riven is the most played champion. I know that's the champion people talk about the most when they talk about Guves. But it also takes some kind of confidence to take him out in a competitive game.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's gonna be... Did they skip their ban? Or did it just not lock in?
I'm not sure. They will tell us if there was something. Until then, we're just gonna go with they missed the ban.
Yep.
Now we have 2 picks left for both team. B2INT is gonna lock in a top laner first off, and looks like we're gonna get the Gnar, and we are gonna do that. Gnar is one of those lane builds on top lane. Once again, these champions, they don't get buffed, they don't get nerfed, they just pop up out of nowhere, and all of a sudden you play them and they're like, alright, it's still pretty strong. Now the question is, KFF, what AD carry do you want on your team?
They could go Cy Rakan actually, because Calm is really good on Rakan. But it looks like a Varus.
And Rakan?
No, Nautilus is open for the first time.
Yeah. Might see that not pick coming out here now that you mention it. But it looks like he's gonna stay with the comfort pick of Alistar. Just last game he got a 4-man knock-up on the whole team, so he knows how to play Alistar, for sure.
And also, if you put yourself in a bad situation or whatever, just press ultimate and you can basically run out.
Yeah, but now we talked about Nautilus. It was not KFF who picked it. B2INT is hovering it, but it's gonna be a Leona this game as well.
That makes you wonder, why would they ban it like all the time? But when it actually is open, they still go for different champions. But last game, they went Leona into Alistar. They really liked the outcome of that game. So I understand that they just want to do the same thing. But looking at picks and bans, we have some differences. Kira is playing Cassante instead of Sion. Omni is playing Varus instead of Ezreal. Otherwise, same picks for KTH FF. If you move over to B2INT, we have Guves playing Gnar instead of Cassante.
And that's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all the swaps we have here in for the second game. And once again, I can't really tell you how important this meta is right now. The champion that's in meta, like, they're so brutal. Their kits are just buffed to every single team fight. Solo bolo on your own lane, just anything. And then you have these pocket picks that, you know, it's not really one tricks for these players, but it's definitely the biggest comfort champion to have.
Yeah. A lot of pressure on the players, of course, as we're going to move into game 2. This is a best of 3 right now. 1-0 to B2INT. 1 game away of becoming champions for the first time. That would also mean that they deny Frittfall the possibility of being back-to-back champions and taking home the first 2 possible championships in the Nexus Collegiate.
Making history already, you know, being the first team to get it. If they could get the back-to-back, it might take some time before someone else can do it.
I mean, it just feels like this is their kind of tournament.
It sure is.
Yeah.
But then again, if we look at the Swedish Online League, it took 9 seasons before we got the first back-to-back champion.
Yeah.
So it might take a while, especially if it's the 2 first season you get the back-to-back. Then it's, well, 5 years later, maybe.
It's very rare to become back-to-back champion. It does not happen a lot. With that said, everyone, let's move into Summoner's Rift, into Game 2 in this grand finale, where we will see if we go to Game 3 or if BUU are new champions Season 2.
Yeah, and in the mid lane, we see Forslund against Edo and playing exactly the same champions than last game. And they know about it, but if you look at the minimap, there's no invade coming out at all. We're just going to hold our entries as per usual. And we see AD carry versus AD carry, support and support. They're just lining up perfect, making sure that no one else from the enemy team is getting into their jungle. Edo is inflicting damage on himself already, I guess.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Yeah. He's hugging a dragon.
You should know by now that that's not a great idea. But here are the minions. Let the game start.
Yeah, both junglers will. Never mind. We actually see Nord moving down bot side instead to path up, as Loffe will be starting on top side. And that means that Loffe potentially could go for an early gank in bot lane, whilst Nord potentially could go for a gank top lane.
Yeah, but it's much easier for Nord to get that gank. He's playing a Maokai, and Loffe is hitting an Evelyn. You want to hit that level 6 so you can get your invis, and then you want to do the ganks. It's still possible to gank, of course, but I'm just saying that Nord should have an easier time to gank the top side than Loffe has on bot.
Yeah, and I think also that they had like a big talk in Frittfall.
Big talk.
They went out and they probably had the biggest talk of possible talks, and explaining to each other exactly what this means to every player and how they need to execute to actually force out a game 3 and still have the opportunity to call themselves champions.
Yeah, I think KFF is gonna play a bit more aggressive this game than the last one. They still played kind of aggressive last game, but if we compare it to how they played it in games past this one, it's not the same thing. And now when it's everything or nothing for them, they should just go all in.
With that said, both junglers moving on to the next side of their jungle. Loffe on Raptors. So is Nord. And I mean, if we look at the lanes, where do you want to play as a jungler? It's bot and mid lane for both teams.
Yeah, on the AD carries once again. So far, almost every game today had 2 AD carries in each team, but the junglers still get stuck on the top side.
Yeah.
There haven't really been any focus in any game on the bot at all.
No.
And it feels like they're picking these carry champions. We have Kai'Sa, we have a Varus right now, and they're gonna do so much damage the later we get into the game, so why not put some more resources on them early?
Easier said than done, I guess. It's 2 people putting up vision. It's 2 people that could spot a jungler. It's more difficult and even more so difficult to execute.
Yeah, for sure, but I'm still thinking it's a Leona and an Alistar support, so if they really commit to the gank, they should get something. Maybe they won't get the kill, but the summoners should get away. And once the summoners are away, then go for a second gank until you get those kills.
Just gank.
Just gank.
Guys.
Over and over.
Ooh, Calm will be looking here.
Do we have a Hex Flash? We do not. Still the regular flash up. So this is just more of the zoning. You know, if the Nova goes into the bush, he will get knocked back. If they pass Calm, there's a risk of them getting caught instead in that fight. And there we see they have full vision on Loffe. And Guves is still going to commit to this top side.
Yeah,
if
he has enough damage to potentially take down Kire, which is what he wants. Flash coming out from Guves. Flash also from Loffe! And that's first blood.
Yeah, first blood once again here for Loffe, just like the past game, but didn't mean that he won it. They just got the first blood on Loffe, and now they need to start the snowball. Good thing for him, he got his Dark Seal already, so 2 stacks out.
Well played to Loffe, picking up that kill. Once again, convincing on his Evelyn. And he also purchased a Dark Seal just before that. So 2 stacks on that to snowball even further.
Yeah, now Calm and Omni it's a bad position for us who can see the whole minimap because they pushed in, they could get that freeze against them, and Nord is in this very close by. But the Dragon is up. We have seen Nord so far in all the games he played today. That Dragon is something he starts as soon as it spawns.
Yeah, and Loffe on top side will probably shake hands once again. But Calm now going in a little bit deep. Doesn't know that Nord is on his way down. Maybe they can get the kill just before. Yeah, they have to look for Static now. Static is moving forward. Calm, just basic attack him. Try to get a spell in. Can you? You cannot. He needs to wait. Oh. He wants to do damage so badly. He cannot. And Dunova survives as well. It's a disaster for KFF.
It's so close for them to get 2 kills. But since Nord is there, the gang's going to help them, and they're going to get away with 2 kills themselves without losing a single player.
Yeah, well played to BUU. When everything was starting good for KFF, they instantly respond.
And we see here on the replay, the Nova, they're committing everything to him, but he will get away with that flash with 50 HP. And Static, the flash in under Nord is gonna save his life. If he did not flash on him, there would be easy target to hit him as well, and they would get the kill. But since he's getting covered by basically all of Maokai, you can't hit him.
Such a perfect execute, playing on the line all the time, making it difficult for them to play the game.
But the Dragon is still up. There's players from both teams around it. And right now it's Loffe who takes the scuttle and hits level 6. Now Evelyn is activated, getting invisible as well. Unfortunately, there's a control ward in the first bush he stands close to. But the Dragon is not of a focus at all. Instead, we see Nord is going to go for the grubs. And a reset from Loffe. Loffe might go for grubs, but should be too late once he gets there.
Yeah, and that could actually mean double objective for BUU, considering that the resources they got earlier was invested in bot side. So a dragon fight will be an advantage for BUU.
And there you have it, first 3 grubs. He's going to go over to BUU, and now Loffe is going to try to get a gank on the top side, but Guves full of rage. It's not a good idea. Though now when Meganar is out, he might commit to it. Jump in.
Flash ulti coming out. Guves with the perfect disengage.
And more damage dealt from Guves than he's taken himself. As you mentioned, that ultimate, perfect. 1 second later, we get that CC in, he might have died. But now, just in the nick of time, which means they have full knowledge of Loffe being on the top side, most likely going to do a full clear from his jungle. And now Nord should go for this dragon, which means we're going to get the first 3 grubs and the first Drake for the first time today to one team.
Yeah. No, I think third game in semifinals, Fritfall also got like every single objective.
No idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
This is the first game today.
Of course, yeah. Yep.
Nah, but the Dragon is going to go over here to BUU. There's no one close from KFF. They just committed to let's not fight for it. It's just the first Drake. They can have it. But now Edo might be a little bit
Good damage from Forslund. Doesn't have the mana though. But Nord is there as well, so rocket jump out will be a good idea.
Is Loffe going to try something here though? Yes, Forslund's going to try this cancel of the
flash
B.
from Forslund.
And that was the idea now when Edo went B, but bot side is going to go for the gauge instead. The ultimate's coming out.
Perfect ultimate from Omni, hitting to Static. Need to hit that piercing arrow, will not do so. The Calm is tanky enough to stay alive. Omni once again with those stacks, and it's a wow! Piercing arrow from Omniscient will make it possible for them to take up kills on their own, as Loffe is trying to be sneaky and look for Denova.
Is he quick enough? No, it's not going to do it. Calm though, jump on minions and knock up. Nope.
He has no idea.
The ward is down, but it was down too late. And here we see Omni, who just got a kill with him, is going to pick up a solo plating as well, and should have quite some money to go B and buy for.
Perfect. That was perfect. Null did not spot Loffe, which means that he will hit the charm, he will hit everything. He doesn't want to ulti, but that also means that Calm will be the one to pick up the kill. As Nord now moves in onto Loffe, but he has ultimate to get out if he needs it. Will use it. And he's struggling. It's a flash down from Denova. Twisted advance.
Calm run up.
They want to get him so badly, and they will. It's Forslund picking it up. He did everything in his power trying to get out of that situation. Omniscient wants to do damage. Calm is pretty tanky, but are you tanky enough? No, you're not.
I think Calm should have run up there once he saw that that's a lot of damage. But as soon as everyone was chasing after Loffe, he should have gone and taken the long way up through mid lane and go be there. Instead of taking this short way through his own lane, well, it ended up with him dying. So 4-3 in kills, favor for BUU, and that's not all. They got the first 3 grubs, the first Drake. And right now it looks like they're picking up just where he left it off.
Somebody's looking spicy this game, though. Omniscient is looking like he has the potential to become a monster here in game 2. We saw Guves playing Varus earlier in top lane, and exactly what's able to be done with this champion. Let's see if Omniscient can do the same thing here in game 2.
Yeah, Omniscient has been a really key player for the team. He got a lot of damage, he got the first blood. He still has the gold lead, but somewhere the first item goes out to Static. A little bit of a cheaper of an item, but it's still the advantage to get from it already.
Nova with Hex Flash in mid lane will be able to spot Calm here.
Good
Who
knockback.
wants to disengage, of course. No ulti available on Nova, will not be able to reach him. Loffe now spotting Nord on Grubs.
If it's two champions early game that's really tanky, it's like, sure, guys, you can all hit, it's fine. It's Alistar and Leona.
Yeah.
So that when they two find each other in jungle, they're just, all right, I know where you are, you know where I am, but the TP is coming out and there's fights.
Yeah, Nova will be caught off guard, doesn't have flash, will be falling here. But do they have time to rotate up to look for Guvis or Nord? They do not. But 3 grubs for a kill and now 6 grubs on BUU. I mean, you guys be the judge if it's worth or not.
I think BU is pretty happy with that one. The only danger I can see with that kill is that it went to Edo. Edo been performing really well today, and the champion Tristana has been carrying many games today, so could be rough now for the mid laner Forslund instead. He should be happy with those 2 kills he already got.
Oh, wait.
So
Calm from the side on Static. Static has flash and ultimate, and will use that to get out.
he knew what was
Yeah,
coming.
Loffe is here.
Ultimate.
They're trying to look for this. Guves with flash.
Couldn't.
Yeah, they could tower dive. They could tower dive if they want to.
It's Mega Ignore. He got his ultimate up. You do not want to risk that, because if he hits his ultimate, the second CC is going to come in. It should be an easy kill for him. But right now, it's 4-4 in kills. As mentioned, so it's pretty even there. The gold lead is to KFF. It's not even worth mentioning, but we're back on even ground here.
Yeah, in mid lane now. Nord will be moving into Edo, who actually initiates. Not good timing for him. Trying to get down Forslund, but that tower shot will be enough as Nord knocks him into tower range. And Omniscient is alone bot lane. So potential for a tower dive here as well.
Not gonna happen. They don't want to take that risk. It's because Omni still has his ultimate. The CC there and the damage coming out could stop the dive for him. But Calm is back, and I want to say Nord is just performing really well so far in this game. 2-0-3 being in all 5 kills for the team, where he was a key player for it. But now the second Drake is up. The first one went to BUU, and that's the team who's first at it.
Well played, of course, to everyone in BUU. Once again, it feels like KTH FF, they know exactly what to do. But Loffe just has to ult out. A little bit nosy there. And yet another neutral objective going over to Uppsala University.
Yeah, and the top laners are just gonna fight this out as per usual. No solo bowler kills so far on the top side. It's 2 assists.
Oh, look at Guvis go. He could go for this.
Guvis could definitely go for this.
Perfect spacing, perfect kiting.
Get into the bush.
Yeah, Kiri has to turn this around if he wants to get it. Edo, can you save your teammate? Yes, you can.
Oh, but it's barely there. Needed to flash from Kira as well to get away from that range that Guves has. But at the same time, Edo ganking top, getting that kill. But Forslund is going to pick the first tower of the game with himself. Could cost him his life, though.
Good from Edo, going straight into that. Nova will try to help. His mid laner will do so as well. And Calm will not be fast enough to get in there. Can Kira use him to get out? He cannot. Or he can. No way! No way!
It's not over.
Oh, that would have been crazy. Oh, Loffe now looking for Nord though. Together with Calm. They have Nova as well.
It's not
Doesn't
enough.
have ultimate. Let's see if we can get the Charm. Cannot. And now Calm is a little bit stuck here. Will get chain CC'd. They're trying to get Nord in under the turret. Ignite proc from Calm.
Here's Forslund.
Loffe trying to dodge that as much as possible. Forslund will be the first big damage dealer in this fight, but will not be allowed to join.
Tank and tank fighting each other. It's so entertaining to watch. But here the Herald have spawned. The first 3 grubs went over to BUU, and now they want the Herald as well.
Yeah, Omniscient is the one who will be able to take down tanks, take down this front line later. But his front line right now is very low, and he would have to tank everything himself, which means that Herald will go over to BUU.
Sure does. So far, all neutral objectives has been in the favor of BUU, and they used it really well. And now they're gonna get the second T1 tower on the top side. They have their Herald, so if they get 1 or 2 kills, maybe if the rotation is just completely wrong from KFF, they could use this Herald to get the 1, maybe even the Inhibits tower this early into the game. But we have a Dragon in 2.5 minutes, so it should be something around that time, because the Herald is not gonna stay forever in your pocket.
No, and mid lane is already open. Bot lane is the only one who has a T1 left standing in KFF. So would probably prefer to see that Herald going down in bot lane. Or if they want to go for a siege after a potential big fight, they could go for an inhibitor in an early stage of the game.
Yeah, but this the thing. It's just both of these teams. Like, it's still even. The gold lead is only 700, and from how we saw the last game and the games they played before today, I expect nothing else but a very, very close game here. And right now, so far, it's just back and forth, back and forth. The only thing is that
Loffe will run straight into Guves, where he will do a lot of damage. Guves trading back as well, of course, but now a lot lower as he's facing off against Kire.
That's no good.
Good cleanse coming up from Omni. Calm needs to block this.
Yeah,
he needs to Sadie's 80 carry.
Oh, he still gets hit.
It still hits. He has to flash over the wall. Loffe and Kira will be there to support him. Teleport
TP
coming
coming
out
in.
As well. This
Second
is
TP.
Good. This is good for KFF. Can they find Denova quickly? Then it's a 5 versus 4.
Oh!
Guves with a triple stun. Coming in clutch from the side. Loffe executing that together with Kire. And now Static will be going down. And KFF find the first big fight in this series.
We have to give all of that to Omni and Calm to survive for so long that the rest of the team could join the fight. TP coming in from Edo, and with Edo's damage, they're going to secure even 1 more kill. Guves was a little bit late with his teleport, comes in, get the CC, but it will just not be enough. I just want to see how Omni hits by this one.
How did that hit?
How is that a hit?
I have no idea.
Anyways, he's surviving. The flash over the wall is going to be enough. And here the rest of the team is quick on the rotation. Edo with the teleport and Guves 2-man stun, but the damage is not there for them. Forslund is not even close. And Omni, who's already doing quite a lot of damage, is just picking kill after kill.
I just love that flash from Loffe. Goes straight back into stealth. Forslund is just chasing cars, doesn't know exactly where he is. And they just execute that perfectly. Loffe again on the flank.
Team fight.
Forslund is running straight into him.
Oh.
They need to get
the knockup!
4-man knockup from Calm. Shutdown coming out to Loffe. Every single member of KFF is performing this second game. They really want to force out a game 3.
They for sure does, and we said it in the other games as well, that they're gonna fight not quite a lot, and then you get the first blood. After the first blood, they're gonna look for the team fight, and as soon as the first team fight is done, they're just gonna go for team fight after team fight, and that's what we see here. First team fight, KFF wins it, both teams do a reset, and they want to fight again. But now KFF have gotten quite some money with them.
I think this Varus pick is really good for Omniscient. He's performing a lot better this game than last game, and right now he's one of the really big elements to why they are in the lead here in game 2. Also, Loffe a lot more using his flanks, actually going in when he's supposed to go in. He's not waiting a little bit too much, and like if one of the members die before he go in, then it's one less distraction and he will just die.
Yeah, and that's just because his teammates have had better laning phase than the first game, so they can stand their ground before the fight happens. They can take the poke. They can deal some damage. Last game, it was just Loffe took all the kills, and once it was a team fight, he needed to chase after the enemy because they were chasing the rest of his team. Now he gets a few seconds to find the angles, go in, get his picks. Meanwhile, the rest of his team is actually a threat this time. So now they're playing much better in KFF this game. BU, they're playing really well, but just not as well as they did in the last one.
And also, we talked about it earlier, this is the last playoffs for Calm in KFF. And the way he initiated that last fight, going in, knocking everybody up, just setting up his team perfectly, you can tell this means a lot to him.
Yeah, it does. We know Calm. We met Calm at many events. he really care about all of them he joins in, and he wants to win. And this game, it looks like he will have a shot at it, but even if he win this one, he needs to win another one. After that, he can call himself a champion again.
Yes, he can. Omniscient will just take down Herald in mid lane. Will not be able to get that dash. Forced to use it in a way that they did not want to. So KFF winning in more than one way right now. Control is the word to use, to say the least.
Yeah, and if we look a little bit on the gold, the biggest gold lead, well, we can start with 2,000 gold lead, 2 KFF. They know now, but it is Omni with that 2,000 gold lead who we should keep an extra eye on. And if we look over to the red side, it is for sure Forslund with his 1,500 gold lead in the middle. Otherwise, the other lanes are around 600 gold favor to KFF.
I think they should have committed a little bit more for Baron, just so that Guves used his teleport, and then they should have went off. Because then they can invest Kira in the side lane, Guves has to match him, and then Kira can teleport, but Guves cannot.
Yeah, but now Guves has his teleport, so it's not going to work anymore. They should have used it when they tried. And if we look a little bit on the summoners, right now it feels like a team fight could break out at any point. KFF, what summoners are we missing right now? It's only Loffe's Flash, but it's up any second right now. Calm as well, but he got his Hex Flash, and we look over at BUU. It's Guves Flash and Static's Flash, but they will be up at the same time. So the next team fight, every player is going to have all of their summoners up. All ultimates will be up. So it will be a very important team fight for whatever team wins it.
Now KFF looking to enter River, get some extra control before a potential Baron fight. Dragon is spawning in 1 minute as well. And that will also be a potential objective for both teams.
Isn't the tower...
It's a button pod.
Yeah, the animation... Oh, there, it's back to normal. But 1 minute to the 4th Dragon of the game. So far, it's 2 against 1 favor for BGU. And last game, they got the Soul. No Elder, though.
No Elder. They just finished the game.
Yeah, so we might see this again.
Good cancel.
If they get this Dragon, it's 3 Dragons, which means we have the Soul Point. And all of a sudden, the Dragons are going to have a very big impact on how to play the rest of the game.
And canceling that recall was actually very important, because Denova wants to get back to get those extra wards, needs to reset his support item, and because he got delayed, he will not be there to get that extra vision, get that deep vision, and now he will struggle a lot more. That means that Loffe will roam way easier, and I think they just have to give this Dragon.
Should just give it away. There's not even a word for him. If it was the other way around, that KFF was 2 Dragons, then yeah, you should maybe fight at least more than I'm trying to do right now. But since BUU are in the lead in the Dragons, they can't afford to let this one go and try to get something else on the map. If we look into the mid lane, they're trying to push it out. Will not be enough time. But Forslund on top side as well. Got a good push in there. The tower has taken quite some damage. And I think we might go back to 5 minutes of farming.
I think that's one of the best bluffs I've ever seen in my life. Calm was walking towards the Nova Static and Node as if he had like 5 members behind him, and everyone just respected him. They could have turned on him and killed him easy, but he was bluffing so well, just pushing them out of the lane so that he could go deeper and get some extra vision.
But you need this confidence when you do those stuff. You can't take 1 step back, because if you take 1 step back, they're just going to fly on you.
Yeah.
So you click once, attack them, and then you have to hope
for the best.
Hope that they run. If they all turn around, well, then you're in trouble. Alistar has ultimate flash, so should have been fine, but would use some crucial spells in before the next team fight, because Baron is still up. We're 25 minutes into the game. It's very even, and both teams could win a big team fight. So I expect the next one to be around the Baron pit.
Yeah. Loffe in mid lane looking for Static. This could be a flash. Just to get this kill. Static is going down low, will not be executed. And Loffe doesn't have his ulti ready this time around, when Baron will be the big target on the map.
Yeah, Static played that really well. First his barrier, then his ultimate getting out of range there. Loffe should have used that flash one more spell and then the ultimate, but again, it will be a huge risk for him, so it's better not to take it. But
I would say it's still worth it. I mean, both summoners from Static, Lafit did not use his flash, so he just wasted ultimate for double summoner spells on Static. So
yeah, it's still super worth it.
yeah, it's like, it's good, but of course you want to kill.
For sure, especially when you're an assassin.
Of
if
course.
you're an assassin, you want all the kills you can get. But right now, they're gonna form up around the Baron pit. The wards are coming out, just gaining some kind of control that they can get. And Kira's gonna deny them one of those control wards.
Oh.
Calm trying to hit the air, I guess he hit instead since the B went back. And if we look a little bit on the minimap right now, all players around Baron Pit except Guves and Edo, where both players has their teleport.
Okay, Calm is going in. They're looking for damage onto Nord. They want to eliminate Smite from BUU, and they do it perfectly. Almost taking no damage when Calm uses his ultimate. That was a big play for KFF, and I think that could mean Baron.
Then after the team fight, all the enemies are still in bush. Calm just goes front and slapped the control warders and went back instead. Alright, but the Baron is started by blue side. It's KFF who just gotta pick on Nord, who is the jungler for BUU, so this should be a free Baron for them. No one should try to steal it, and it doesn't look like it at all. Instead, we're gonna have Guves still on the side lane against Edo.
I mean, KFF is just showing up here in Game 2. They are showing exactly why they are in the finals. I think BUU had a convincing Game 1, and I think KFF is having a convincing Game 2.
They for sure are, but I have this feeling that it's more possible for BUU to get a comeback in this game than it was for KFF in the last one.
Yeah.
And I think it has a little bit... They haven't really fought as a full team from BUU, and especially not when we have a Mega Gnar coming out from Guves, because in these cramped spaces, in the jungle, around the pit, if they get the right angles to engage a fight, they're going to have so much damage and CC coming out, but they really need to focus Omni on his bars, because right now it's 3,200 gold ahead of a Static. That's a full item.
Yeah, I would say Omni is the big difference from in between Game 1 and Game 2. Stepping up beautifully for his team. This Varus will probably be banned if we go to a Game 3, because he is playing really, really good on this champion. Luffe now looking in bot lane. Has shown himself though. And will try to get out. He has a spell shield, so if Nord just uses his ultimate, that will not be enough.
TP coming in, they're committing to the fight.
Luffe will get out. Now Kire coming in from the side. Good knockup once again from Calm. Looking for the damage. Guves is still alive. Yeah, Falstron is doing a lot of damage, but it will not be enough as Guves falls down. Yeah, another kill going off to KFF. Edo with the resets. This is what you want as a Tristana Static. Will you survive? Yes, you will. And it's once again KFF finding these fights.
Yeah, now they have the Baron. After winning that fight, they could take the option to push here. They're going to take the T2 tower on bot side. Will they go for the inhibitor? Wouldn't be impossible. They can see that Forslund is still around in the mid lane, which means they're going to be in a 4 versus 2 position. I'm gonna open up for Nexus inhibitor. They're not going to take it because they don't want to funnel in too much gold to BUU. Instead, we're going to go for the Dragon, which means it's going to be 3-2 in Dragons, and the gold lead, well, it's up with almost 7,000 gold now to KFF.
I mean, I just thought about it. When they push bot lane, they don't know if Laffe is there or not. So Laffe could have went for Dragon, and they would just think that he's lurking somewhere, so they will not initiate.
But Laffe is playing Evelyn. It's an Evelyn. You can never...
Oh, Hex Flash coming out for Calm, looking for Denova. Omni wants to slow down Denova. If they can, yes they can. And this should be another easy kill for KFF.
It feels after this pick, they had 2-3 team fights in their own favor. They got picks from it. They taken the turrets, the dragons. They've just been all over the map lately, and it feels a little bit like this game should be theirs.
Yeah.
That Game 3 doesn't feel too far away now.
Do you still think BUU has a bigger chance of turning this than KFF had last game?
I mean, now we're 30 minutes in game, so now you need a new answer, right?
Yeah,
for sure. No.
Well, that was exciting. What a cliffhanger.
But now Guves is going to get this tower, so it's a little bit of money coming into their way. It's not going to make the biggest difference. And here...
Wait, can Laffe kill him?
I don't know.
I think so.
I think Loff is gonna try though. I don't know if he can kill him, but he's gonna try.
This is one strong Evelyn. Okay.
Just the pressure. The pressure is important. Being a threat, you can never know when Loff is gonna come and kill you. Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. But as we move in past these 30 minutes now, a little update to all of you can see it. But 14 against 6 in kills. It's 3 against 2 dragons, both in favor for KFF, which means that one more team fight in favor of KFF, and that goal it pops away for too much, and I don't think BU can do anything, as well as the Dragon. If it goes over to KFF, we're going to have the Soul. So right now, very, very far away. If BU is going to come back into this game, KFF need to make 2 massive mistakes. Not one bad team fight, but 2. The second one for them is farm, leave Soul, hope that KFF is not ending the game, and then go all in for that Elder Drake. But then it's not up to you to win the game. Then you're basically just giving all the possibilities to KFF and just hoping that it will not finish.
I mean, we have 2 players with 4 completed items, and at the same time, Loffe doing a lot of damage and just taking down Guves on his own top lane, making that look easy. Guves has had a little bit more of a rough game this time around, have done some good plays, did that triple knockback earlier with the double stun that looked really good, but KFF has just been better at team fighting, and when they're good at team fighting, they are really hard to beat.
And I think KFF's weakness and strength is their confidence.
Yeah.
If the early game is not going well for them, well, they won't perform as good in the mid game and late game. But when they get a good start, like their team fighting now is so well played, but they need to find some picks. TP coming out though.
The Nova is actually hitting that. That means the Nova will be leaving the team, but Static
Edo down.
Will not be able to get him down. Big fight now coming out from BUU,
Omni.
but Omniscient is still doing a lot of damage. They need to get in on Omniscient. He's doing so much damage. Omniscient is absolutely crazy, and it's KFF taking home the fight.
Once again, Omni, who is the most fed champion here for KFF, has no one on him except his teammates. BU can't reach him at all. There's so much CC to get through. First, you have a K'Sante to get through, as well as an Alistar. And that's not all. Like, the damage is not only coming from Omnis, and we have Edo and Loffe as well. But it's 2 big tanks you need to take down before you can reach that Omni.
Yeah, 3 members is all it will take to secure this Baron, sponsored by Phoenix Blue, and KFF is doing everything in their power to force out a Game 3. Can he steal this? No.
Can. Anything is possible, but will he try it? No.
I love how Loffe just waited with the smite to tease him to maybe go over the wall. That's just mean.
It's risky.
It's risky.
It's
and
really
mean.
risky.
Yeah.
All right, so now we passed this 10,000 gold. BU has they have some stairs to walk up to get back into the game.
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
But there is a soul point right now for
Look
KFF.
at Calm's confidence. He's just walking towards him. He doesn't even care anymore. He knows he's basically immortal.
He's a cow. He's an Alistar.
Yeah. Oh, Edo actually taking a big chunk of damage there.
But I don't think that will be enough to make BU just go back from this situation. And
they just want to take this soul. That's all they want.
And all they want from BU is for them not to take this soul, almost killing their whole team, hitting that planned. But no engage coming out. Calm does have his flash up, so could make a really big play soon. And they're starting to stack. They haven't learned. They missed ultimates.
Something spicy, but Edo is standing perfectly. Omni will not die. Look at Kieran together with Calm. They're tanking everything. They can do whatever they want. As KFF once again will find the fight. And this time it might be over.
It should be over at this point. They have the pushing potential from the mid lane with that wave. We see Edo's going to pick up that bot wave as well, so at least 2 inhibitors are going to go down. The death timer is at 25 to 40 seconds. And yeah, this second game should go over to KFF now.
I mean, Calm told me that this is the last opportunity for him to take home a title. And they show up in Game 2. And they will force out a Game 3. picking up yet another kill on Nord. KFF takes us to game 3.
And that's what we all wonder, right? Have this third and final game just to make it as even as possible, fair as possible, when we decide who will be the champion.
Yeah, this means a lot to these players. And to know that there's no undefeated team this season in Nexus Collegiate because BUU just lost their first game of the season, I mean, that's worth something.
The question is, how will they take it? And no, I've seen both of these teams lose plenty of games before, but how will they take it now when they play the whole season, making it to the final, being on match point, and you get your first loss?
I mean, we will see how they will respond. We have one final game left before we know who's champion season 2 of Nexus Collegiate. We'll take a short break. When we get back, it's time to see who becomes the champion of Nexus Collegiate season 2. Hi everybody and welcome back to the Nexus Collegiate season 2, where we're now moving into the last game of the season. I mean, it's been a banger of a day, but now it's just one game left to determine who will be champion season 2.
And who do you expect to take that one?
I expect a Swedish team will win.
Same.
I'm
with you on that one. We think Sweden will win.
Sweden very good.
Because we did not qualify to the
Euros.
You know.
Yeah. Very true. Yeah, but we've seen a lot of different champions today, a lot of different bands, and we didn't swap that much in between game 1 and game 2, but
a lot of different bands.
We have.
All right, let's read the bands.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's not that strange. Come on. I mean, we have seen a lot of different champions going in both draft and pick, but we didn't see a big difference in between game 1 and game 2. We swapped, I think, 3 champions in total, but it was 2 completely different games, just to give a perspective on how big of a difference you can make with just one champion in a comp.
Yeah. I mean, we had KFF changed out 2 champions, right? And on the other side, we had B2INT, and they only swapped up 1 champion. Guvis on the top side, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so, I mean, sure, it makes a difference when they swap out these champions, but you could still see that the majority is the comfort champion. Even if they still lose, they still feel like, all right, I did a good laning phase, I did a good game. Maybe we shouldn't change too much of this.
And now taking a look at prize pool. In 3rd and 4th place, you get 4,000 crowns, and NUY and Paragon has already secured 4,000 crowns each. 2nd place will get 7,000 crowns, and the champion season 2 will go home with 10,000 crowns. That's 2,000 each if they take home the championship.
Thank you for doing the math. I couldn't make it. No, but it's true. So everyone who made it here gonna go home with some kind of prize money.
Some money.
Of course, it is the title that you want.
Yeah, the trophies.
The champion.
The trophy champions.
Yes.
Yes.
There's a few players that you can see here on camera who is close to getting the right to call themselves champions of the Nexus Collegiate. But first, we have one more game that we're going to jump into any moment now. And I expect the same bans, but there is a few picks I think will get pulled out from the rock arm right now.
Yeah, would not be impossible. A lot of picks that get neglected because, for example, B2INT, they put a lot of their energy into banning champions from Lafe, where you leave those meta picks open. And they will do so once again, banning out Lofes Uder as the first ban in this picks and bans.
And KFF is going to take Talia. Who do we else have? It's Lilia. They want to ban out. Ivern's going to get the ban again here from B2INT UU. So I think we're going to see exactly the same bans. And as I said, just the picks is going to be the difference here. There we have it, Talia and Lilia as the first 2 bans coming out from KFF. B2INT is actually going to ban Evelyn this game.
I think this is the first time KTH FF actually plays red side and B2INT UU plays blue side, because I think the preference for B2INT throughout the day has been red side.
Yeah, it sure has. But now we have Seri open
Oh.
for KFF.
3 jungle champions banned out this time around. Evelyn goes away as well, and that means that they will leave open Zeri with a hover.
The thing is, it's KFF who wants Seri. B2INT just hovered Seri. So the question is, they probably have a plan for KFF to pick Seri.
Yeah.
And
Doesn't
looks
look like
they're
they
gonna
care
fall
that-
into that trap or
it a
the
trap?
opportunity to get the
Yeah.
champion they want.
Is it a trap though? I mean, Omni's really good at Zeri, and I think we're gonna see Calm once again on a potential Alistair. Or do they want to go for an Enchanter bot lane? Because that is not his playstyle, but did a good job Emilio last time, and once again we'll see the Chaco. Come on! Come on!
They have a plan. Give them Seri, camp bot.
What? Jace as well? Okay. We're cooking.
We're cooking. Game 3. All the wild picks are coming out now.
I didn't know we were watching MasterChef, but apparently we are, as we start cooking a lot here at Uppsala University. We have 5 potential chefs going out into Europe once they finish their education.
Yeah, and it looks like R is gonna get picked, and it is. Can we expect us the cool skins coming out, though?
Ido is crazy on Ari. I think it was in play-ins for this playoff that he played Ari and single-handedly won one of the games. He was absolutely insane.
All right, now for the second ban phase, KFF is the first team out here, and I'm not sure what we're gonna ban, because now when we look at the picks they've done so far, they need to take their game plan, just throw it away, and yeah, I don't know. Go random ban.
Yeah. What we know is that the remaining characters for B2INT UU is support and AD carry. What we also know is that support and jungle open for KTH FF.
What if we get an AP carry
Where?
on static? Because we have 3 AD already.
No, Shaco's AP.
He's going AP?
Yeah.
All right. Thought he was playing AD last time.
No. He's AP Shaco.
All right, then they're fine.
Yeah.
They're not forced into picking one of these AP carries on their bot side, but as mentioned, KFF is going to ban out Ezreal, the AD carry that both of these players play, and Belvet is going to be banned out from B2INT, and the last ban from KFF is going to be Jinx. A lot of focus on the AD carries here.
Yeah, they want to secure that Omni will get in the situation that he wants to with the pick that's been banned out throughout the tournament. Seri will be his choice as he finally gets the opportunity to play her.
All right, let's see. I was actually thinking about it.
No way.
Because I know Calm play a lot of Yuumi. And
did he become angry over there?
Yuumi and Seri is such a strong combo. So just to make sure that you don't get it, we're going to ban it out.
The fun thing is that nobody else in this tournament would be able to predict that Calm potentially would play Yuumi in this situation. But this time around, it's B2INT UU, and they know Fritfall.
Yeah, now we see Loff is finally going to pick out that Jarvan that we talked a lot about before. Evelyn is banned, Udyr is banned, and usually when you see both of his champions getting banned, it is the Jarvan who's come out. But now how are they going to respond to this on the B2INT? They're going to pick the Varus that they had such a hard time against last game.
I think they have to. There's no champions left. And also, they banned 4 out of 4 champions in Loff's champ pool. They removed every single champion, so he had to go for like a comfort / good meta pick that always works.
Yeah, but now the last 2 final picks predicted to you. INT has the first pick here, and KFF will have the last counter pick. Will Ajana be locked in is the question. 0 seconds left, and we get it. And now KFF, Calm talked about his most played champion ever.
Jana.
Is Soraka.
Oh yeah, we keep forgetting. He told me, like, he showed me which champion he has the most mastery points on, and it was actually Soraka. And If he picks Soraka here, that would be pretty spicy, I would say.
And here we have.
It's
Never mind. He's trolling us. It's a Lulu.
okay. It's gonna be Lulu. It's gonna be Lulu. But I was excited to see Soraka.
I wanted to see Yumi.
I would
Clip it, because I will never say it again.
oh my God, clip it.
I just wanted to see it because we have a series and it's the final game.
I mean, clip it and put it on replay.
I mean, that's fine with me.
That's fine with you. Yeah.
But Lulu and Seri is also one of those combos on the bot side. They can hurt really bad.
Ayabaya.
And just Lulu, the polymorph, the ultimate, the shields, everything coming out. Anything to keep Seri alive once the whole B2U int goes diving on Seri with all 5 players.
It's gonna be spicy, everyone. I mean, they picked a lot of champions that we haven't seen in that combination before today or throughout the tournament. And I mean, just the Shaco Jace Janna combination is not something we've seen a lot of. And if we look at Fritfall, the fact that they actually get Zeri, that's spicy.
Well, they had to change out one ban, and just leaving Seri there is... Omniscient got recognition from his Ezreal plays.
Yeah.
But got known from the Seri plays, I would like to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now they're letting him have Seri. Ezreal didn't go as well. He played one game as...
No,
he played against Ezreal.
Yeah, static pick.
But now the Seri has been banned out throughout the whole series is open in the last game.
Oh, wait, did he play? I don't even remember, honestly. Oh, yeah. They picked Ezreal.
Yeah.
Game 1.
Game 1.
Yeah.
There you have it.
With that said, everyone, let's move on to Summoner's Rift for the last time of Nexus Collegiate Season 2. We are in Game 3 in a best of 3 to determine who becomes champion Season 2 of Nexus Collegiate.
And we'll just have to wait and see, but we can see here that BGG is just gonna hold one position, making sure that no invade is getting through this time. Meanwhile, we have KFF standard holding all entries to their own jungle.
Edo did not go for the Faker skin. I respect that. I would not be able to not go for it.
Same. But we're gonna have this solo... Oh, Nordics gonna take 2 camps at once. Is he gonna go for the 3 camp? Is he such a Shaco main that he can do all 3 camps at once?
He is a big Shaco main.
All right. We'll see, but I think now... Is he doing it? No. He's gonna take the safe road. 2 camps. That's enough.
I mean,
2 camps is pretty good, that too.
Let's see if they want to go for an instant.
No, they don't. They can't really do that. Omni's playing in the Seri. The minions are in the way. Gonna pick up every basic attack or Q. So it can't do anything too cheesy. But they have the information. Everyone is on lane. The junglers are on their own. And from there, I mean, if they done the math right, they always start from top to bottom today.
Okay, just to put a perspective on this top lane, I would say that the 2 best champions play top lane today is Kira's Renekton and Guve's K'Sante, and now they're gonna face off against each other.
And level 2 coming out here for Kiri should try to take this trade before Guves hits level 2, and there it is. Now the trade might go back to his favor instead, and Kira...
Yeah, he is low, but...
He got his Conquer up. I think he wants to keep it stacking, but might be too late. But the trading coming out on the top lane already, and we're only 2.5 minutes into the game. I think that is talking for itself, that it is the final game in this best of 3.
Yeah, that's the only thing we know for certain. This is the last game.
For sure.
And they will do their best to show up, as Nova is taking a big chunk of damage from Calm. And now both junglers on bot side trying to clear out every single camp before we will get to see what scuttle goes to which jungler.
We are, and we can see here that Nord is actually 1 camp ahead, since he got that double camp at level 1 and could go for a pretty cheesy gank on the bot side. But Omni and Calm knows that could be the possibility, so they already have him warded, so it won't be a successful gank at all. Now though, they could turn it around, but Nord, experienced player, he knows that something's up.
Something's fishy. And it is indeed. as Calm and Loffe together will secure this, not leaving anything to chance, which means Nord needs to path up top side, and that will delay his tempo a little bit.
It will, but since you got the early start a little bit ahead, I would say that they're off to even ground at the moment. Static alone on the tower, but Omni and Calm, only level 3, can't commit to anything else. Maybe try to get some poke in, but the kill will not be possible. And now we have the junglers cleaning up the first rotation. We have Dragon spawning in 1 minute. Do you think we will have some team fight earlier this time?
No.
No, all right. We're waiting for minute 15 for the team fights, 10 minutes for the solo bolo kill, and then 20 for God knows what's going to happen this game.
I mean, the team fights will be really fun to watch, but what we need to keep an extra eye on is Folslund and Static will do everything in their power to get that poke in. And the job of Denova is basically just to let them do that and not be contested by Kirei, Lafe, or Ido. Just trying to get as annoying as possible. And if Denova can do that, they will do so much damage uncontested.
Yeah, and if you look a little down on the items, there ain't too much to talk about, but Omni is actually going to go for the cold instead. So farming lane is the plan for them, which I think fits them better since it's a Lulu and Zeri. They have no rush into this game. Same goes over to Static and Dynova with their champion. So I think we will have a very standstill bot side. Top side will do their own thing, but the jungle, that's where all the fighting will happen.
We see a similar confidence in Calm this game, though. Walked up towards Nord, forced him to smite Raptors. And, I mean, once again, not letting Nord play the way that he wants to, just because Calm has the confidence of, I don't even know, like he's already won, or that he's unstoppable.
Yeah, Kerry hitting level 6 first there, but can't really commit to that fight because he knows once that shield is up from Goofus and it won't hit any damage at all, close to nothing. So just keeping on the trades going on the top side. Nord has also got the Dark Seal out, so might be some early ganks coming out very soon.
Yeah, like I said, the two best top laners with their two best champions of the day going off against each other. And right now, it's hard to say who's in the better position. We will see Kere picking up some minions now as well, and I think it's quite even in top lane.
Yeah, and the grab is going to go over to Nord here together with his mid laner Forslund, who's going to help him out. And the Dragon went to KFF, so everything is in order. Don't you worry, it's going to be... oh. I mean, it's a good trade. It's like, why are you going on the tower? But if you hit 2 basics and 3 spells yourself, you're probably doing more damage.
Ooh, Loffe. That's a slow push. That means the Omni will get over the wall. They're looking for Denova, and the burst is insane! As Omni picks off first blood, and Frittfall is showing what kind of tempo they want to keep in this game.
So well executed as well there, and I like how Loffe committed to it fully. Using the knock-up jump with his spear first and flashing into the ultimate, and there's no flash on Static or Dynova. Well, he has flash, but just got completely deleted in that situation. And Omni got that first blood. He finally has the champion he's been looking for, and he gets that first blood. Do you think he's happy right now?
Yeah, I think he's very happy right now. And everything is going the way they wanted in bot lane. That's exactly what they wanted to do. Denova had no chance of stopping that. Nord will not get that as Loffe will smite it immediately.
And TP going to be used here from Kira to move up on the top side. Meanwhile, the junglers are fighting for camps. And it's just Nord who's...
He's going to be annoying.
He's really annoying. I was looking for the right word to use.
Ido
Bad
will
situation.
be at least pressured in mid lane. Has to use his ultimate. But still has flash though.
Goofus. Couldn't really complete that, but we have Kira with his ultimate still up. Meanwhile, Goofus just used his. So Kira should go look for that trade. And I think Goofus knows that as well as he backs off at the moment. And if we look at bot side, Omni's just waiting for those minions to die out so he can take next wave. but one plating has gone to him as well. And when we look at the gold right now, there ain't really any big gold difference except in the mid lane, where there's an advantage to Forslund on around 200 golds, close to 300.
Good chain CC coming out from BUU's bot lane. A tornado perfectly placed to get some corrupted chains to hit. And they do as well. But the dash last second from Omni will be enough. Both summoners still available.
And yeah, I'm just looking at the minimap, like what are they looking for right now? And I can't really point anything out. Just feels like the past games that we're just gonna farm, as mentioned, and then get strong, have those big team fights. But Omni with the first blood, the farm lead right now puts him ahead of 600 gold. And that's basically what's keeping the team even compared to B2.
Just spotting Loffe on the award before it dies. Sometimes you just have a great timing, as Loffe now will detect Nord. And they can flag and drag out, because that Jack in the Box would be a problem.
Yeah, they would probably go full engage on him if that fair hits him, but now Nord is still here, and Loffe does not want to take these fights. He wants to do a reset. Here, on the other hand, threatening Guvis for a dive almost, gonna keep it with one plating and be happy with that. Second dragon is spawning in 34 seconds. First dragon went over to KFF, and we've seen one Elder Drake today. 2 souls, 3 souls.
Yeah.
And we might see it this one if KFF decides to go there. It looks like it. We see Loffe is there any second. 18 seconds left for the spawn, and then we look over to Nord. He's also moving there, but the reset coming out from Edo in the mid lane. No TP. The pings are coming out that Edo is going on a reset. So it feels like BGU is getting ready for this dragon.
I think Edo will be able to get there before Dragon is started. There's no real decisiveness, as Guvis uses his ultimate in top lane to look for a solo bolo on Kire. Kire is looking very low. Can he survive? He cannot. No. Flash coming out, and it's a solo bolo for Guvis in top lane. And Nord has set up, I would call that a bunch of Jack in the Box.
There's quite some, but here's Edo cleaning it up, and the dragon seems to go over to KFF, unless Nord could take this steal like they all did in the last game, steal after steal. And the clone is going to take all the fighting first. Calm is getting low, and here comes the bot lane.
Yeah, it looks like Calm will be hit by this clone, will take a lot of damage. Doesn't matter when Omnised now is coming in, but it's a great fear coming out from Nord, which means that they cannot commit to this. The Nova is trying to hold Dragon down so that Nord can get in and secure it. But I don't think he can, and it will reset.
Yeah, it would be too big of a risk for him to actually go in for that Dragon with the 200 HP. If they would give over one more kill to Omni in this situation, I mean, the bot lane would be over. And if bot is over, the most likely gonna give you a good advantage into the game, as we've seen in the past ones. But Grubs are up, Dragon are up, and the first Dragon went to KFF. BU got Grubs. Now the question is, will they trade it back even, or will we see BU once again with all 6 Grubs?
I mean, it's not impossible. I think in that fight, we saw exactly what a Shaco can do. When a situation looks like it's too good to be true.
It probably is.
It probably is, because if you go in like that, and you get feared, you will die.
Yeah, and it looks like the trade is gonna be one team take all the Grubs, and that's gonna be BGU, and then we have KFF who's gonna go for their second break.
Handshake as usual.
But they're using the same hand this time.
The same hand.
Same hand.
But they're giving.
They're giving it away.
Yeah.
All right, and we see it fully committed on the bot side. Mid lane is there, bot side is there as well, securing that Dragon. And Varus static, not even gonna send that piercing arrow for the damage. Nord is still fighting the Grubs on the top side. On the other hand, Loffe getting some vision into the blue side's jungle, but can't really find anything, which means we're gonna run over to our other side and just take whatever we can get.
I mean, a lot changed now that we know it's a Chemtech Soul, which means healing, shielding power, and tenacity will be available for the teams picking up those dragons. And when you play a Lulu and a Janna, I mean, shielding and healing power means everything.
Yeah, and then we have Kieran or Nekton. Extra healing for him. I mean, I don't think he'll say no to that. Otherwise, the rest of the champions doesn't have too much to make on it. Sure, Guvis has his shield. It's not a big shield, but if they get 4 dragons, 4 Chemtech and the soul, that buff is going to make a huge difference for them. But Kieran now, under his tower, can feel the dive coming out.
He could actually go for the solo bolo here, as Nord now will get caught off guard as well. He will not be able... He does not have flash. You do not play flash on Shaco jungle, and that means an easy kill for KFF.
And there we see that the rotation is coming out from almost the whole team here in KFF. It feels like they want to take this Herald after clearing up a kill on the top side. The problem for them here is Edo needs to run mid. They cannot leave Jace and Janna just stand there for free farm. And they take the first turret as well. Meanwhile, AD carries is standing on the bot side in a 1v1.
Calm now will take a lot of burst from Forslund. If he had flash, that would have been a kill. Kieran needs to get out. Lotta already out, flag and drag saving him, and that means they get Herald and they get first tower.
They got countered on their counterplay with the gank on top side by just pushing mid lane, having pressure on top, mid, and jungle, and they're just going to take over the Rift Herald.
It's just macro. Oh, good cancel as well on Calm.
A little annoyed.
Yeah.
But that's just how it is in the game. But it's still very even here. The only little goal lead is to BUU. But 2-0 in Dragon's favor there for KFF. They kind of need to take the next Dragon that spawns to really put themselves in a good position. If they let BUU get the third Drake, I don't know if the time is enough.
It's hard to tell at the moment. Top lane, we still don't have a clear winner when it comes to golds. In stats, Guvis, of course, in the lead, having 1 kill with him. But Kira is doing a lot of damage now after picking up that Black Cleaver. That will be the big turning point for him, being able to take down that armor so that he no longer gets neglected all the damage he is possessing.
Yeah, and the items are starting to roll out here across the map. There's only a few players who haven't got it. The supports as well as Luffy in the jungle, but it feels like after he cleared his blue buff, he should have enough and do a reset to buy it.
Node will be walking on a ward, and now we know that Static with a full empowered piercing arrow can take down Calm to 50% HP. That is not something you want to see as a support. Kira once again in top lane, trying his limits against Guvis. And like I said earlier, with that Black Cleaver, he has the opportunity to actually do something in top now.
And it feels like they always limit testing on the top side right now. They're just going in, fighting, both backs off with 300 HP, no one goes B. They're just ready to fight all the time, and Nord is still deep behind enemy lines.
He got spotted though by Calm. And Calm will take some damage here. There's 4 members sieging on bot lane. And that's a good chain CC.
All the shields.
But the shield from Calm will be enough to keep him alive. That means that Edo will teleport in now. They want to look for something here. Nord will be able to dodge that charm as he deceives into the bush. And you know that these boxes, they will be... There's too many boxes to actually do something.
So frustrating.
Yeah.
Even for us who's watching.
It's
Imagine
like, oh,
being the player.
No. They can't. Too many boxes.
They cannot, but 26 seconds left until third dragon spawn. And right now KFF should do anything they can to get their hands on it and put themselves in the sole position. Because if they get the sole position already, the pressure is going to be massive over to BU. And then they're forced to fight the fourth Drake, which means KFF knows that with them and can do a lot of preparation for it.
They have every single T1 turret now for BUU. They have been able to shove perfectly, have 6 grubs. They need more control wards. They have not spotted that Jack in the Box quite yet. And if they plan on going on a turning point here, that will be annoying for them. They know it's the clone, but that clone still does damage if they try to execute it, as Edo now has to ult out of the pit. Teleport now coming in from the side. That makes it so much more difficult for them to play. They cannot commit because it's a K'Sante. Calm is already down to low HP. Lofe wants to commit, cannot do it, and it's perfect healing on the Monsoon from Genova.
Oh,
Guves now into the backline doing his best to get this fight going, either with Charm on Guves. Omni is doing his best against Falslund, but cannot trade back. And it's just a disaster for KFF because they cannot get into this fight.
They cannot. They will lose this dragon, which means there's no soul point for them, and the gold lead is moving over to B2INT instead. And we see this team fight. I mean, this teleport is just straight into the enemy team. And Luffy got a little bit of caught there, gonna use his ultimate before he goes down, but the ultimate there from Jan is gonna save his team, and Guves, the flash with the double knockback, is gonna secure 1 kill for them. So Guves is the hero in this fight.
I mean, it just feels like Guves is the name of the game. It's been that way like all day. Last game, he had a rough game. I think even he can acknowledge that, but when he's having a good game, he's showing up and he's putting on that cape, being a hero for his team constantly.
Yeah, it's as said, in the Swedish Online League, there's a lot of talk about Guves. Like, he's one of the best top laners we have right now. And he's performing so well, consistency. Then sometimes, of course, you're going to have a few weeks where you can't perform as good as you want to. But I think here in the Nexus Collegiate, he's just proving everyone that he is a great top laner.
Definitely. Well, he plays in Division 1 Swedish Online League. And will, with most certainty, keep doing that. As Guves now trying to siege mid lane, will do so. That was a long-range dash. Yeah.
Calm lost all of his HP from one empowered Q coming out there from Falslund. And
that clone is annoying. Wants to hit Omni, will not be able to do so. And it just feels like they want to commit. They need to initiate the fight, but they can't because there's boxes everywhere. And Nord is so good at placing them at the right place, and also his team is so good at moving around his boxes, putting KFF in situations where they cannot take risks. They cannot make these big decisions that you have to make in a decisive final.
Yeah, and it is a little bit, if KFF is going to engage a fight, which I think they need to do to win it, it is by jumping and dashing from top, jungle, mid, and AD carry. And on the other team, Dynova has a Janna, so even if they commit with all their spells, Dynova can just use his ultimate and cancel all of it. The best disengage in this game.
So Jack in the Boxes and a Janna is what they need to get through to be able to get to Static and Falslund. I mean, that's not fun.
No, so KFF should just go for the scrimmages instead now, get the good wards up, have full control of what's happening in your jungle, and try to find this member advantage. Go 5 versus 1. Take the 3 versus 2. As long as it's not a full 5v5, I think they will do better.
Lofe now will spot Null trying to steal his blue buff. Will not be able to steal it. We're past 20 minutes, so that means that everyone in KFF got blue buff. Otherwise, Null would have neglected the opportunity for them to have it.
Yeah, but here we are. As mentioned, we're past the 20-minute mark. And we're moving in more to the late game. The team fights have already started, but 6 kills in 22 minutes, it ain't that much. I think we're gonna have 6 more kills on the next 2 minutes.
Definitely. We see Dragon spawning in 148. Baron has been spawned for 2 minutes. Although it seems like both teams think it's a little bit early. Don't really have the damage to go for it right now. And if they do, they will go down to 50% HP and it would be a 50-50 call.
Yeah, it's something like that. And right now, I'm just looking at the gold right now, because KFF, we're keeping it even. We're almost in a lead for a while as well. And now, all of a sudden, there's a 4K gold lead to BU. Those 4,000 mostly under mid laner and top laner. The rest of it, even the support has a lead here. The only player over in KFF who has a gold lead is the champion they just got. It is Omniscient on his area. The thing is, it's so hard for him to get in close enough to do damage to anyone in BU without being in the range of them just destroying him.
Yeah, he is gonna struggle in those fights, but has picked up an Infinity Edge for himself together with a Static Shiv, so will have damage if he gets the opportunity to do it.
Will for sure do that. Right, so what's the plan for both of these teams now? BUU is just gonna continue whatever they're doing. Push, take fights, win fights. The Dragon is up in 20 seconds. They might want to get to that one as a focus. Just as you mentioned, the extra healing and shielding is quite powerful on their team. On the other hand, KFF, they just need to find these skirmishes. They can't do this poking. I mean, the only one who can poke in KFF is Edo-ish.
Yeah.
And BU have a Bars, they have a Jace. It's so much. Even a Janna has better pokes right now.
If they get hit,
Guves.
it's going to be difficult. Guves now trying to move into the back line on Omni, but Omni's doing a good job here
activated.
getting Guves really low. This is actually the first time they've been able to execute their comp. There's only one little Jack-in-the-Box left.
Oh,
now
the
we
charm.
put up another one. They know. Omni immediately picking that one. That should mean Dragon for them. Lope standing and tanking, and KFF actually executes that fight perfectly.
Yeah, I thought Guves was playing that really well, getting into the backline of the team once again. But Omni is just keeping alive with the help of Calm. And as long as they don't get Omni, Omni could still do some damage. That's how they want to fight. But it's not up to them if someone touches Omni or not.
But the fact that he doesn't die here, that's just insane.
Yeah, the flash
How
there
is
in the
he
end.
not dead?
Just that he saves his flash for so long. It just pinpoints why these players are the rank they are.
Well, they're at soul point now. Edo picking up a turret in bot lane as well. And all of a sudden, KFF has found a spark again that they could use to find ways to get back into this game.
Now Baron, the new objective on the map. That is the new focus as well. I think KFF got a little bit of a confidence boost after taking the Dragon. They didn't get any kills with them, but they still survived a fight where they got engaged. They got the Dragon. They're happy about it. Now they just have to prove that they were worthy to win that team fight by winning the next one. And the next one should be around Baron. With 26 minutes into the game, there's over 85,000 gold on the map. And Baron, well, it's been alive for too long.
It has. And Forslund, last fight, he did a lot of damage. And now he has the Muramana as well, together with a pickaxe. So if he starts poking and hitting, that will hurt.
Yeah, but with 26 minutes into the game, and Forslund is on 300 minions.
Yeah.
Decent.
I think he's a decent player, yeah.
Decent player, yeah.
Yeah, he's decent.
I mean, he should see me playing some solo queue.
Exactly. Like, he's got nothing on us.
Nah, for sure not. That's why we don't play in the league.
Exactly.
Give them a fighting shot.
We're too good. How many traps is that? Is that 5 Jack-in-the-Box?
Yeah, and I think he can have
6?
6 in total.
That's 6. 6 Jack-in-the-Box.
Then it's 8 he can have out. Or it's unlimited until the time. I'm not even sure. I never see Shaka. I never played Shaka.
I mean, you don't even have to be religious to know what hell looks like, because that's hell right there.
Yep. It's even worse than Team Shrooms.
That's absolutely disgusting. How are they supposed to get in on Baron?
Well, as long as they don't walk that path, they're fine.
If they just
But
go
they
from
do not
enemy
know
base,
this.
they should be fine.
Yeah. If no one defends, just go
wait.
for enemy
If they
base.
hit that, they will see all of them.
Oh,
play of the game. Play of the game.
Com still got hit by one.
They saw all of them. That's play of the game.
Here comes Omni trying to clean it up. Omni's pretty far ahead though, and he knows that's the clone. TP coming in here. Luffy could pick Dynova.
Yeah, they need to kill the clone. Just kill it off. And now they need vision.
But
they see it. They see it. They have vision on Baron.
The thing is, if they're gonna fight, they need to do it now.
Oh,
Commit, they're taking all the poke.
Good root coming out there. It's Edo. Staying alive though. They're not taking enough damage in BUU. So because of that, they will not be able to go for Baron right now, I think.
No, but I don't get why KFF is not going in for the fight.
Because they don't know if there's traps. Oh, Calm is going down low!
Well, there's gonna be traps all the time.
Yeah.
But this situation, they were 5 versus 4. They had Force in the main damage in BYU in the middle.
They need vision.
They took the poke. Now they lost a player.
They need to see
now
what's
they can't
going
do
on.
anything.
I mean, they can keep doing what they're doing as long as they don't give away too much. Damage is coming out now. And that box will be annoying as Nord puts it over the wall. It's so difficult for them to play the game. And that should mean that Baron Power Play sponsored by Phoenix Blue goes to BUU.
It for sure does. And with that Baron, we're gonna have a big lead on everything.
Yeah.
Gold, kills, towers, grubs.
Not dragons.
Not dragons, well, they got something.
It's 35 seconds until Soul, and it's a Chemtech Soul. That could make, like...
But then they need to fight for it.
Yeah, but it's also tenacity in that Soul, so if they fight for that, okay, there's gonna be another Baron, but there's not gonna be another Soul.
No, because right now...
Oh, I think Calm got hit by something. Loffe now also going down really, really low, and Calm immediately gets eliminated. Loffe somehow still alive. Will be able to see almost every member in BUU, and they will get Dragon as well. Right now, it's not looking good for KFF.
No, I think it's too late for them to come back in. Not too late for them to come back into the game, but right now, the last 10 minutes have basically been predicted to int plays really well.
Yep.
They get to do whatever they want.
Yep.
Because they're just poking them down until they can go in, take the kill, because KFF is fearing these traps too much. I get it, Nordics
They
playing
fear
it
the
really
traps,
well.
and the traps fear them, so goes both ways, I guess.
But they're gonna get the push here. They're gonna open up this inhib tower on the bot side. Will they continue with this? Take the inhibitor, give that extra gold to KFF, because that's a risk itself. Are they ready to take it? It looks like it's 2 cannon minions with the Baron buff and the distance and the poking coming out. The question is if they're not just gonna go for the finish if they get the kill here.
Yeah, it needs to reset. Omni will also almost need to reset here. Guves could look for Omni. He's spacing beautifully. They get mid-turret as well. They got their eyes on the inhibitor. Question is if they can go. Omni is going down so low. I mean, it's very difficult to play against this Shaco. Nord is once again showing exactly why this pick is so good.
The right hand is a big danger. Now one more dragon for BUU, and with that the gold lead as well is going to move up to a 7,000 gold lead with only 8 kills in the game.
Yeah. It's been a very interesting game. A game where we learned that kills is not everything, because you can play with pressure, and with those boxes everywhere and the poke coming out from Static and Forslund, it's almost impossible for them to play the game.
Yeah, it's gonna take this blue buff for Forslund. They're just gonna clear out anything they have in their own jungle. There's no neutral objectives. They've taken an inhibitor on the bot side. Now they can use all their pressure mid and top. The question is, do they just want to force mid down as a full unit, have 2 inhibitors down, and then move on to the top side? Or do we want to split it up and hopefully gets 2 at the same time?
I mean, I think whatever they do, it's going to work.
I like it.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's my opinion.
So it's basically the inhibitor bot is already down. If they take the mid one without getting top one, they're just going to funnel in too much gold into KFF. So the best choice is what they're doing now. Take 1 or 2 towers on the top side until both inhibitors are open, and then you want to strike. Get those 2 inhibitors, have super minions on all 3 lanes for a little while, because there's only 3 minutes before the bot one respawns. Do a reset, move back, take the bot one, and just finish the game.
Yep.
Just.
Just do that, guys.
It's easy peasy, except Baron and Dragon might come in the way. But here we see Guvis is just going to push mid. He knows he's going to survive a lot. If they set all 5 players for him, they could get taken top tower. Meanwhile, they're dancing in the mid lane. You can see bot wave is going to get pushed in and come with 2 waves of super minions. But the reset's going to be here from BU instead.
Right now, just starving them out. Making it as difficult as possible to get any kind of resources. There's only 1 inhibitor down. I think they would have preferred at least 2 inhibitors down to get that extra gold, extra XP to try to get back into the game. If we look at gold, it's just 7,000, maybe 8,000 gold lead in between these teams. But when it comes to control, BUU is just handling this game perfectly.
Yeah, and it's only 7,000. The problem is, if we look down, you can see that Omni has a 2,000 gold lead. If we doesn't count in Omni, it's a 9,000 gold lead divided on 3 people. Because on top side, it's 1,700. Jungle is 2.1k, and mid lane is 3,600 gold ahead of his opponent. So, sure, we have one really strong player over in KFF in the form of their AD carry, but the problem for them is that BU has 3 fed carries on their team.
I mean, anything can still happen. Omniscient is at 4 items. That's the player you need to win a fight. And now they know something sneaky is going on. Yeah. I would only walk where I have true sight. Otherwise, I would not walk into that jungle. I spot 5 Jack in the boxes.
There's gonna be more of them now.
Yeah, that's 6.
They're just waiting in on the bot lane to get those minions out, to pushing into the inhibitor, or at least into the base. After that, I think we're gonna see a quick push here from blue side in the mid lane and top. And the Baron is spawning now, and BU is ready for it.
They're on Jack in the Box cleanup duty right now.
There we go, all boxes gone.
Yeah, getting ready to somehow start a fight.
There.
Hoping for the best.
Static is back now, so now they shouldn't fight anymore. Instead, they need to send one B to defend that base, and it's going to be Kira or Ido who has their teleports up in case they engage on that Baron.
Ido will be the one resetting. And the dance continues around Baron, as Ido will catch that wave, get extra gold, extra XP, and then as soon as they see Ido, they will initiate this Baron. Loffe wants to get in. He cannot.
His smite, not smite.
They're looking for Loffe. They want to remove the smite. Clone is gone. Baron is resetted. Guvis is in very, very deep as teleport's coming out now as well to get Ido back into this fight. Omni, you cannot fall. If Omni falls, it's over. Gets the shutdown. Good damage from KTH. Let's see if they can find yet another one. Denova somehow still alive. KTH wants to push mid lane, and they will be able to do so as well because they cannot do anything against them at this moment, and this will probably mean Soul as well.
It does, and here it is, Guvis once again. He's doing the great thing to do, go in into the back line. Unfortunately, there was no one else to follow him up.
They teleported for this Baron. They're just gonna trade everything back and forth here. They're gonna move up. Difference is they have Smite available on Nord. And that means that Baron power play goes to BUU and Chemtech Soul goes to KFF, and they both get something in this trade, and that's not what I expected.
Not at all, but since this trade happened, the Baron buff on the team who's already got the push, more of the defense buff with the Soul goes to the team that's having a rough time. Now KFF, they need to fight. They cannot wait. With this Baron buff on BUU, the inhibitors are going to go down. Once the inhibitors are down, we're going to get 6 super minions with the Baron buff, and they don't have enough to stand against it. So they need to take this risk soon. Force a fight. What else are you supposed to do?
I think, honestly, just let BUU make the mistakes. I don't think they can initiate. But when they lose patience, which they do all the time, that's why Guvis is going in. When they lose patience, they lose the fights. That's like, they can't poke them anymore because they have shields, they have tenacity, they have everything they need. And instead, look at this.
They're gonna get the clone.
Okay,
it fooled you.
I did not see the name. I'm sorry.
But the thing is, they put the fate in BU's hand, hoping they will make a mistake.
Yeah, but they can't siege. Yeah. Like, put it in.
Then the fate is completely on BU, making sure that KFF wins instead of looking for a fight where it's up to you.
But they can't fight because they don't know where the boxes are. they need Guvis to go in. But as long as it stays like this, I think KFF
now
is
they're fine.
Yeah, they're fine. Omni taking a lot of damage in top lane though, but
BU more now. Why they forcing their top side where they could just
look at those shields, man.
Mid and bot, and Guvis is gonna do the right thing now. He's gonna push out bot lane. With
that's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But he's healing up. Like, look at that healing. That's disgusting.
It's Airy, everyone.
He doesn't care anymore.
Now Guv is gonna get this push on the boss side. Doesn't have the Baron buff though.
This is the strangest game I have ever watched.
And now we see Kiri is gonna move down, and if Kiri is not in the fight, it means we only have Luff in the front line for KFF, and he's not as tanky as Kiri is.
Nordics just gonna walk in, trying to get this inhibitor. Guvis as well. That's good damage coming out from Forslund. Edo actually going down really low. They have to reset here, so they will lose inhibitors. Poke coming out clutch, hitting the right members. Lofe and Kira has to block those shots. Otherwise, they will struggle. I think almost everyone is full build soon. That's a lot of gold in this game.
No, they have quite some left.
Omni's full build.
There's only 3 items on Kira and 2
oh
items
no,
on
Omni's
Lofe.
not full build, my bad. His BF sword last there.
We're not that far into the game.
It feels like we're really far into the game. Bot lane inhibitor will fall now, and that means we only have 1 lane to push now.
Yeah, Guv is having a new wave, so he could threat with this Nexus turret. And with that, we might see an opening on the top side, but no wave for them yet.
Oh, sweep him. They can't spot him. Perfect ultimate coming out from Nord, keeping him alive. If that slow would have hit, they would have committed a lot of resources just to get him down. As Ida once again gets poked by Forslund, who's doing a lot of damage at a long distance.
Now, yeah, it feels weird. We're
They can find a pick here.
Yeah, we're 40 minutes into the game. 6 dragons. We had 2
Never mind.
barons, 1 soul, but there's only 10 kills on the board.
Yeah, this is one of the strangest games I ever watched in my life. But that's also because who plays this heavy poke together with a Shaco and Janna? That's not something you see every day.
No. No.
But I mean, imagine if Chemtech Soul instead was on BUU and Dynova pulls off a Monsoon. They would all have full HP 3 times in a row in a team fight.
Yeah, so I think KFF is happy that they got the soul this time.
Yeah.
And not leaving it over to BU.
But now, we're going into the same stage as last game. Baron and Elder will be spawning at the same time. And usually when you get Elder, you are able to close out the game. And it would surprise me if that wouldn't apply this time as well.
So it's gonna be the final moment here, 1 minute before the Elder Drakes comes into play. And if you were here in the last game, you remember what happened there. 2 versus 5, but those 2 players had an Elder Drake, and that was enough to win it all.
Loffe has a Warmog's armor, so will heal up that HP in the matter of seconds. But that box will... Oh, never mind, it just disappeared.
Alright, so we're gonna see they need to push out mid and bot side from the KFF. Edo's now pushing out the top side, because if they go for this Elder Drake and the teleport comes in, I don't think they will have...
Look at that, man. What is that? What is that? That's 7 boxes.
7. Yeah.
That's
a
lot.
It's gonna be rough for them to get into this dragon.
Now it's 8, right? Yeah, it's 8. No, it's 9. There's one in mid as well. That's 9 boxes.
it's
Guys, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, Node with the clone.
We kinda need Loffe.
They cannot walk in there.
Loffe
Do not
just
walk
needs
in
to
there, guys.
Jump
It's a trap.
straight in with his spells to get all
That's
those
a good control ward.
instead, but
They're
now-
clearing some path here.
Yeah, don't worry, he's gonna do a lot of
Yeah,
damage.
double teleport
TP's
now.
coming in.
They need to sweep. They need to sweep here. Get those boxes out of there.
The
Now
engage
they're
is
going
there.
from side. They're trying to commit for the first time this fight. Guves is very, very tanky. Now we see both Static and Forslund doing their best to do a lot of damage here. Going in deep now, going for Genova. They get at least 1 kill. Omniscient is still alive, and that's a problem for BUU. Redemption to get back into the fight.
TP coming out here for
They will not
Forslund, gonna
spot
do a
them, and
backdoor.
Guves will go straight in for it. Yeah, they will try to backdoor. Forslund wants to find the game on his own. They're still fighting. Can they get out? Can they stop him? Edo flashing
Charm
for the
missed.
charm, cannot hit the charm. Forslund alone at Nexus will kill him, will find the game. He does it on his own. It's absolutely insane.
What a series and what a game we just had. It really went back and forth here. First game, it went to KFF. Oh, sorry, predicted to you INT. The second one went to KFF, and now the final game. Again, predicted to you INT, who wins the best of 3, 2-1. What a journey it's been for these two teams. Predicted to you INT, the team who didn't make it to the playoffs in the last season, coming back here for season 2, makes it to playoffs, doesn't lose a single game until the grand final, where they lose in the second one, and they're up against KFF, last year's champions, and they make it all happen. And we see, as we talked about before, these players, these teams, they know each other so well. So even though you won or lost, the hugs are there and the smile are there, because they know this is not the last time they will meet each other in different tournaments or in leagues. We're just waiting for Sleeper to get ready, and you will get a little interview and more with these players. And we see they did a little handshake. The question is, are they happy with their performance? Sleeper's looking a little bit lost here, but once again, I want to say congratulations here to Predicted to You INT for making it all the way and being the champions with only one loss throughout all of these games. They played best of 1, best of 3s, and here we are with the winners, Predicted to You INT.
Can you hear me? Yeah? Okay. So, an amazing series once again. And I think that this is one of the strangest games I ever watched in my entire life. I have never seen anything like this. You had two champions just holding everyone and a lot of poke. What was the thought process picking this comp?
Well, so the thing is, we have the mastermind of Shaco here. So we kind of wanted him on a comfort champion to make sure that he can control the game and play his game. And I want to say, he did it perfectly. So yeah, that's the strat. We just let our Shaco mastermind take control and steer us in the right direction.
And in that last fight, it actually looked like FF was going to take home the game. And then we had a strange play coming out from a mid laner who just walked down mid and wanted to end the game, and also did that. What was the comms when he decided to go mid lane?
I'm going base, boys. I'm going base. I can finish, it's fine.
And finish he did. And I think you guys should lift the trophy with the #1 thing here. Yeah. And once again for B2INT. And that was everything we had for this season of Nexus Collegiate. We will be back again with season 3 to crown a new champion. But for now, there's 2 Swedish champions and the other countries have to start delivering. We'll see you next season of Nexus Collegiate.